one ear. Oh shit.
Somebody's tuned
All
in.
right, there we are. We're live. Blue Wall.
Blue Wall. Deke
We're
Deacon,
on.
Jeremy Kitts,
Tim Isaac.
Tim Isaac.
How's it going, guys?
Professional superstar MMA. Go with it.
Just go with it. That's your nickname.
That's your nickname.
Professional superstar.
Sounds good to me.
Didn't say you were a pro fighter, but you are a professional superstar.
Pro in an amateur's body.
Yes. The Blue Wall podcast. That was, what was that? Shivering Timbers.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
sounds
Actually,
pretty good.
that might have not been who we were looking for. That might have been some chick singing a song, Shivering Timbers. Anna Lee.
Well, you got
I don't know.
Paper City Music Series,
No, it was.
May 10th, down at the Majestic Theater. They're going to be there. The Kopecky Family Band. He's my brother. She's my sister. These are the three bands that are playing.
Where's this at?
We need people to do some YouTube work on these guys to see if they're good. I've heard the Shivering Timbers, and I am assured by a close friend that they are a good band to look out for. So I might try and I probably will go to this. It's only $10.
Yeah.
It sounded pretty
Hey.
good from that short clip.
Do you have this on your screen? You should scoot
No.
in and maybe, or a little bit that way.
Get next closer.
Yeah, I think, yeah, there you go. Now you're in there.
We need to get our act together here at the Blue Wall. For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, one thing we have figured out is pretty soon there can't be anything else that goes wrong before you start one of these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I mean, we've already experienced every technical
Problem
difficulty in the world,
We need people to do things while
In
we're
here.
talking.
and not just say you want to do things. Right?
I can't be interrupted right before I'm about to go on or while I'm live on the air, or preferably stop things from happening at all so there is no problems.
When you go to the page, you click on the Ustream.
Yeah.
Click on, yes, go to www.facebook.com/Blue Wall Podcast. Go to the Ustream icon and click, or the link, the little link, and do it.
Can you replace these cards?
Yes.
How much are those?
Well, however much I pay. They're not real cheap, but I just make a few at a time. I do them with my gym, just off of my printer and
Yeah.
like card stock, and I cut them. So I do them in
What do you
like,
cut them by hand? Not
yeah, I have a cutter.
What? These
The-
are pretty good for cut by hand.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm getting good. See how I make the
Can
square?
I take all these?
Half of them.
Mm.
Well, you can take them all. Go ahead. I can make more.
You can make more?
Yeah.
There's two different kinds. Look at the first one and look at the last one. I like the other one myself, my professional opinion.
Yeah. It was the second one
What
I
do you
made.
think?
Yeah, I like the second one.
Pops a little more.
And has
Yeah.
the
Got the-
official.
Well, you got the focus where it needs to be.
Right.
Deke Deacon, Jeremy Kitts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Blue Wall
Of
Podcast.
course, it's Blue Wall Podcast. It says it real big across the top. But where the focus is the middle. Not
Right.
The top.
With the bubbles.
Did a very good job.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I
like-
should.
What I'm getting to is I'd like to chip in for some of those, the cost of the whatever
Oh.
the material
Well-
is or whatever you got involved.
Yeah.
I'll
Like
pay for those.
the
is
main
what I'm
thing is
saying.
ink.
Yeah.
Like it's printer ink. Like.
Can you refill your own cartridges, or is that
Mhm.
no good?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see.
Anyway, fuck all that. Oh,
Yeah. What? Yeah.
It's an early night.
Yeah. Screw it. Let's do it. What else we got coming
What's
up?
going on, Tim? What you got coming up?
Oh,
420. I'll be fighting Justin Paul. So it's a tough fight.
420. Who has a fight on 420?
yeah. You know what we're gonna be?
I'll be getting high on 420. Hopefully with a win.
Yeah. You'll be high regardless.
Yeah. I'll be pumped
It's
up.
always a high. Did this post already? Yeah, it must have posted automatically on Facebook.
Perfect.
That I went. I think it does whenever you just go live.
Where's that at?
Frederickstown. I believe it is near Indiana. I have not actually been there myself yet.
It's up north though, right? North.
I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't mapped it, so I'm not really sure.
I fought a
yet.
kid in Indiana. It was a good fight.
I fought in Indiana
They got
too.
They got some good promoters
They're-
out there. What was that? Gladiator, right? Arena, something.
Gladiator Elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite place to fight.
Morgan Rapp. I fought Morgan Rapp there.
That it
Good
went
guy.
down in like a little. It was a
Yeah.
Gladiator
Yeah,
arena
yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
It
Didn't you
was
guys
awesome.
always fight the hometown guys when you went there?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
That's
Very
something.
much.
Deke
I
fought.
like that actually. I've done it
He
before.
trained like 2 buildings over, so he was at the gym.
Yeah.
The signups were at his gym.
And Deke fought this
Weigh-ins.
kid. I think he was 17,
I don't know.
like almost 18.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Morgan.
he was a little beast. I wonder if he still fights.
I bet he still does.
We should look him up.
He was good. He pretty much gave me that win.
He was big.
He's beating me on the stand up.
You got him with the wisdom.
He threw me down a lot. I just every time he threw me down, I had him tied up crazy. Like it was just a knot.
I'll tell you what. When I first started training, you were already experienced, and I was real impressed with you. And whatever happened to your MMA career? Did you just fall out of love with it, or what happened with it?
I wouldn't say I fell out of love with it. I just fell out of. I don't want to risk getting hurt again.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
well,
I'm not financially set up enough to get hurt right now and
Neither am
live
I.
life.
Right.
And I don't, which is not the biggest. Okay, I should change it. My problem is I don't want to train enough to be competitive at the level that's out there today.
yeah, you gotta have your stuff
it's
together.
a part of your life. It's not just something that is like something you do occasionally. You do it every day, basically, if you're going to do it right. So I don't have that time. I don't have that commitment to put towards that. I'm trying to have a wife and family. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll take my kids to the gym or something. But
You still train somewhat a little bit here.
oh,
and
I
there?
would love to. I'd love to. I've told Jeremy I was coming into Camo more than once, probably 3 times. He probably thinks I'm some type of asshole or something.
Yeah, he's one of
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, I am that guy. You see me.
He gets out on a weekly basis.
You see me out in the store, and I'm like, yeah, I've been meaning to come up, but my schedule, I'm juggling.
and like I feel sometimes like a lot of people. You're not the only one, and like I know you got shit going on, and you got everybody has a life.
Their intent
But
is.
I
to,
feel like sometimes I don't know if people feel like they're obligated to tell me, man, I'm gonna like they do miss it genuinely, but are they really wanting to come back, or they just feel obligated, like, man, just to tell me that, or
I know I miss it because every time I watch it on TV or see it, I get like
it's fun,
I
man.
start pumping.
After-
and I'm like,
it's fun.
yeah.
After my fights, I take a little time off. I try to take like a week or two, and I miss it within a week. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now let's get back to doing
See,
this.
you're still
yeah, you can't-
you're fresh in love. You're in the beginning of love.
I mean, I'm feeling older. I have some battle wounds here and there, and it's definitely.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you ain't that old yet. You
I
got
mean, I'm
you
feeling
got
older
2
as
years
a-
easy.
As in with the MMA life. It
You're
makes you
already
feel old.
28. You're already on the downfall of your testosterone. Your chance to be great is 25, and that's it.
Well,
If you're not,
UFC,
know what I mean?
UFC. It's
Are you
like
saying
21
that's your
out of-
prime.
Is that true?
I think it's your physical prime, but maybe not your lifetime prime. That's when your testosterone's the highest. You have the most potential to grow. Like
Well, maybe I need to
in
get
muscle.
on board with this TRT thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think your mind at 25 isn't as developed as
it's
like
true,
30,
maybe,
and 30.
maybe.
you still would have
At some
strength.
point, it breaks down. Though,
I think
if
some of
you're
the
getting
best
hit in the
fighters
head too
are
much.
30 and above for the most part. Like I think,
They're smart.
I mean, there's definitely better athletes younger, but I think
Look at who all the champs are in UFC. I guarantee they're all
not Jose Aldo. Jose
around
Aldo,
30.
he's like 25.
Really?
Jose is.
Well, a lot of them, I bet, are
Yeah.
over 30.
Well, 25.
I don't know. That's just my guess, but I may be way off. If people were watching, it's probably there's two people, and it's probably you two.
It is us two.
Live right now. Oh well, you'll watch it later.
It's Saturday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, that's
Final Four is
Yeah,
on.
Final Four is
The
on.
fights are on.
Wichita State just
Are
lost.
the fights actually on, or
I
are
believe-
they?
yeah, they're on. They're on TV. Fuel, right? Is it the Fuel Network?
Fuel.
Well,
Fuel
If anybody
TV.
knows,
won't
well,
spoil it because I've already read everything.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, those went on live actually at 2 p.m. in Sweden.
Oh yeah.
well then,
It's all. It's
It's
over.
over.
Yeah, I know exactly.
over.
I know everything that happened.
Well, I could probably find out right now.
well, find out what happened then. If they're not going to play,
I
it
didn't
back,
realize
tell us what
that.
happened.
Masasi, he ended up beating that was the guy they brought in on late
Wait,
replacement.
did we give a spoiler alert?
He said that we.
Yeah,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to tell you what happens.
So
Turn it off.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not watching right
A
now,
little bit.
anyways. You'll already know before you watch this, so it's good.
He ended up beating that guy, but it was a lose-lose for him. He didn't beat him. He beat him decisively in decision. I think that's a lose-lose for that guy. But bringing a fresh guy in like that
Who?
his debut in UFC. This is both their debut, but Masasi is supposed to get a title shot here soon if he wins. I would say
Who did they fight?
he fought that he was supposed to fight Gustafsson.
Oh, and he didn't.
The Gustafsson had a cut.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
that.
didn't hear about that? A couple days
No.
ago, he got a cut.
And this other guy went the distance with him.
Yeah, this other guy from his gym, because they can't get green cards and all that, the paperwork for another fighter from somewhere else, so they brought a fighter in from Sweden from his own gym.
Was that
to repl-
planned? Oh, from Musasi's own gym?
From yeah,
Gustafson's.
yeah, from his gym. And I
That
heard
sucks.
that guy was really tough. That's the thing. I heard he was really good, but that guy was in a win-win in my opinion, and Masasi was not, because Masasi needs to, if he doesn't finish, if he loses to that guy, then that's horrible, because this guy was on late replacement debut in the UFC. This is a Strikeforce champion that he's
Yeah.
he needs to be finishing that guy is what I would say is the only way that was
It was a beast. Maybe they were just trying to get this guy in the spotlight. This other guy.
Well, I mean, I heard Rashad Evans talking about this other guy, and Rashad said this guy hits harder than he did, and he said he's a better wrestler than Rashad himself said this than Rashad. So
Wait, we got to get through some other stuff first before we get too far into this. This is the Blue Wall Podcast. We're here. We have Tim Isaac as a guest tonight. Myself, Jeremy Kitts, and Deke Deacon hosting as usual. But we gotta talk about some things happening here still. We didn't even finish with this stuff. You're watching you're watching it, aren't you? It's like a few seconds behind, and it messes with you. You're like looking back. Mine, the one I got's live. I get the live feed. I'm no delay, so it doesn't mess with me as much.
well, my head will be this way, and then like I'm looking over here.
Right. It's weird. It's like, oh, I'm looking into the past.
We
Right
can
there.
time it and see how.
I am in the future. That's what I feel like when I see I'm in the future. Like, I already did this, and now I'm doing it.
What do we got going
don't
on
know.
anyway?
April
April
20th. This is what I was going to tell you, what we're doing while you're up somewhere.
Fighting. Where are you
yeah.
fighting again?
Frederickstown.
Frederickstown.
EAC.
Where at?
EAC. It's over near Indiana. It's for Roger Moran. He's one of the up and coming promoters. I'm really excited to fight for him. There's going to be about 15 fights, I think. He's got a good fight card put together. I like some of the fights that are happening, and I'm interested to see myself who's going to win some of these fights, including hopefully
You being victorious.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta beat around
Yeah.
the bush, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
beat
Yeah,
somebody
I
up,
really need to
hopefully.
win this fight. I'm in a position where I'm coming off a loss, so and it wasn't a bad loss. It was just a mistake made.
Yeah.
But
That
now,
happens.
yeah, I mean, it just takes a split second for you to not be on top of your game and the other guy to be making the move, and it's over before you know it.
I think we've all
So
been there once or twice.
yeah, so
Well,
I got a tough fight ahead of me. Justin Paul, he's no joke. He's 2-0. I've seen some video on him.
he's got some video up on YouTube or what?
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
a couple fights up.
Yeah, I've seen some video. He's fast. He is a promoter himself, so that was part of the reason.
How old is he?
I think he's 29.
What's his name?
Justin Paul.
Has he got anything out there with his
Um,
YouTube?
yeah,
his fighting?
there's one fight on YouTube, and it's a short fight. He submitted somebody. He took him down real fast and submitted him.
He's 28, 2-0, 5-8.
Yeah, I mean,
Wins by stoppage, guillotine, and triangle.
I think he's gonna be a tough fight. I think it's gonna be a good scrap. I think it'll be a back and forth fight, and hopefully we can get fight of the night. That's what I really am looking for.
What they giving out? Anything?
No, but I just
No?
like to be the best fight of the night. I want to be the fight that everybody's talking about.
Right.
Go you ask them. Maybe they will give out something for fight of the night. Like, hey, what's up? A good fight?
And that's really, I mean, I look forward to that more than I do a win. I want to be the fight that everybody's like, did you see that fight?
Or do you want to be like,
I don't
did you
wanna-
just see that dude just knock that dude out?
Well, yeah, I've been that guy before, and that
That's
was
the worst.
that was all right. No, I've been the guy that knocked.
So
the guy
you
out.
want a grueling just brawl
Yeah.
like fight?
Yeah, I'm not like most guys. I don't really want an easy fight. I want the fight that's gonna show me something. I mean, and I can sit here and say that, but I really do feel it. I want to learn something about myself in my fight.
Yeah.
Something I don't know.
You want to push it to the limit.
Yeah, if we had a sound guy, he should have already been on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you though. It's awesome to see how far you can take yourself. I mean, that's a good.
Yeah,
feeling.
and the only way to
Especially
do that
when
is
you
to
go.
fight somebody equal to or better caliber than I am, and hopefully Justin will live up to what I think he is.
Right. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'd like to have an all around MMA fight. To mix it up a little bit with this one, do a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
Right. Okay. Well, what we're going to be doing on April 20th is gathering with the Earth people at the Earth Gathering in Yaktanji Park.
Are you guys gonna be wearing
I don't know. We'll see.
flowers and?
We got to judge the crowd. Maybe we can use the cell phone to do some interviews.
Yeah, and I'm going to go scope it out from the bank and look down and see what they look like, and then I'm going to move in and decide my wardrobe right then and then move in.
I do love the Earth. I've never been to an Earth Gathering.
It's the Earth Gathering. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff. There's photography, sculpture, jewelry, clothing, purses, hats, all these rugs, pottery. I don't know if I said that. Ceramics, glass art, candles, soaps, plants, honey, flower, henna art, face painting, and more. And games for the kids and bands. Bands all day.
By bands, they mean acoustic guitars.
No, there is ambient, folk pop, folk soul, folk, alternative rock, alternative folk, blues and rock, soul, funk, reggae.
A lot more than
It's a lot of groovy
what
shit,
you
man.
would think. You know, like you see in the movies, you always see.
Yeah, they got all types of stuff
Just
going
acoustic.
on down there.
That is Pump House Gallery and Lawn, Yaktanji
It's
Park,
right next to it's on the playground side.
on the right.
Yeah.
Like if you're up on Water
It's right
Street.
where the big parking lot is. You cannot miss it.
And there's food, all kinds of cool food.
Oh my gosh. They got all
Activities.
kinds of, listen to all this craziness they got down there. Alibaba's of Athens, goat kebabs, lamb and chicken gyros, Thai noodles, chicken satay, baklava, egg rolls, samosas,
Sounds crazy.
falafel, tilapia, tabbouleh, couscous, fattoush salad, and lemon shake-ups, of course.
Oh,
so
those
funny.
things are
All that
so sugary.
All that shit and then lemon shake.
I love those, don't you?
Get out of here.
There's so
I-
much sugar in
Oh,
them.
they're delicious.
Yeah, but they're just oh, I can't
It's-
stand all that
it's like
sugar in the
that
bottom
thick
of.
of sugar.
I'm like, man, I wish I could do it with Splenda or something. Come on,
I
some
love them just
stevia,
because of the
some
sugar.
Truvia or something. Come on now.
I haven't had most of those things you've mentioned.
That's why you want to go to the Earth Gathering.
Well, I guess
And
I,
then,
I better
okay,
beat Justin real fast.
We're not
around
done
that
though.
one.
After the Earth Gathering, this is what's happening. The Stand Up to Cystic Fibrosis Strides for Stacy. Jamie Jackson she has the organization. Her cousin Stacy died in 2008, and she does this every year. Strides for Stacy to raise money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and they're having stand-up comedians at Gibby's in Circleville, 121 West Main Street. They're gonna have Michael Moore and Ace Allen. It's $15 minimum donation, and you get a buffet dinner with that.
What do we got? We got a live broadcast going on, right?
Right. We are live, right?
From
Oh, yes,
from
we're going to be
Gibby's.
broadcasting live from there. Yes, Blue Wall will be at this Stand Up to Cystic Fibrosis that night, April 20th. The doors open at 6 there, and the show starts at 7. And we will be there live. And after that is
you can't go wrong.
No, you
with
go
this next deal.
right. With that deal?
No, with the cystic fiber. Yeah, from Gibby's.
Yeah.
$15
The
bucks.
$15
Comedy and
you
buffet.
You get a buffet. Who cares if they're funny or
after you gathered
not?
at
They're
the
probably
Earth.
funny though. Even if you're
all
not
day.
well known, if you're a funny person, you're a funny person.
I love going to comedy shows, so I can't imagine that it would be too bad.
Well,
I haven't been to a bad one yet, I guess.
and it's for a good cause. So
yeah.
Right. And then on May 19th at Yoctangi Park in Chillicothe, from 1 to 4 is the Cystic Fibrosis Walk. That's where the Strides for Stacy comes from. It's been in Columbus in the past years, and they're bringing it to Chillicothe now because a lot of the people that donate and help out with it are in this area more south of Columbus. So they're going to bring it down here this year and do it in the park. And that's from 1 to 4, and I'm sure there's a donation thing with that, and you probably get a T-shirt or something with that, I would say. I don't know. If not, it doesn't matter. And remember that this is not the only time you can donate. You can donate any time of the year for any kind of organization and foundation to raise money for research and development of cures. Right?
that's right.
Anything. Donate to the Asthma Foundation.
We should
I was
have.
just talking about your asthma today, or the few days ago to somebody.
Oh, yeah?
About how did they still not let you have your inhaler?
No, you can't use an inhaler
steroid.
between rounds.
Got steroids in it, right?
They don't know what might be in it.
Yeah.
But
true.
in your amateur fights, you were allowed
Well,
to have it
I
with you, right?
Right, I can have it in my corner, but I can't use it. As soon as I use
Oh,
it, the fight's over. And then, I did. I used it
if you
in
have-
fights, and they never said anything. And I didn't try to hide it. I just used it if I needed it, after the first round or something.
If somebody has an asthma attack, that's a serious.
Yeah, by them not allowing it, that's going to be more dangerous than allowing it. What do they think? I'm going to get a boost from 2 puffs or maybe 4, 2 to 4 puffs as needed. That's the prescription. I'm going to take 4 puffs and I'm going to beat somebody's ass.
Give you your super lungs. or
Yeah,
anything, right?
I'm going to take 4 puffs and I'm going to be Superman. Okay, say you don't have asthma and you took 4 puffs.
Would it do anything
I
different than?
I even said this. I was like, well, if my opponent wants some of it, I'll give him some too. If he wants the 4 puffs to make it even, I'm just trying to keep it even, keeping myself in a fair game. Does
it get your wind
asthma.
back faster? If I say I was.
I don't
winded
think it would help
and
you.
I don't have asthma.
I don't think so. It might
I was
actually.
wondering
It
about
might
that.
open up the airways more.
It might because it relaxes your bronchial tubes, I think, and so it might.
See, that could be an advantage.
It would maybe give
See,
you an advantage.
where it has
It makes me even. My doctor prescribes it though. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I have a prescription. It should be legal.
Well, you can get a prescription for weed. Doesn't mean that you can
But that's a performance enhancing drug.
somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow it's
That's
the
what they're
worst of
calling it though.
everything.
They're calling it that.
Eddie Bravo will tell you it enhances him.
That's why they don't allow it. It's performance enhancing. But it's like it's more mental, I think,
He
is
said
what
he-
is
he-
what he's looking at.
He can't do jiu-jitsu without it. He says it's horrible.
Well, if he admitted to it,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't understand that myself. I don't smoke or nothing, but I can't see having something
Is something
alter
going?
my.
Are we still going?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
live.
got
My-
4 people out there.
Mine froze.
Somebody's listening besides us, so
Yeah. What's up,
they
y'all?
chose to join us
Oh,
live.
I'm on one. I might be me on one. I don't know.
Well, there's still 4 there.
There's somebody out there. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I don't even have the chat on. If you want to chat, send in some comments. Oh,
It's
some
I
some
bet most people watch it like just
on the YouTube.
yeah, just on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I-
The
that's
link
what
on the
I've-
page.
That's what I've mostly done. I've watched one live.
Right. Well, the cool thing about live is if you can ask questions sometimes and we can
Yeah.
interact. And a delayed, like probably quite a few second delay.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and it says on the chat thing, it says the last question was asked 3 days ago. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. It's been since Tuesday. We do Sunday, Tuesday, 9:30 to 11-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe sometimes it goes over. Sometimes we cut it short one time too. So
Right. Oh, this is me. My bad. Hold on. Hold
oh,
on.
that is so unprofessional.
Oh, jeez.
What was that?
I just logged on to Ustream and it started
The Final Four or something?
playing.
I thought you were
No,
watching
it was like
SportsCenter.
it was like football or something.
You just got to get a sports update.
Man, what do we got going on? You want to do
I
something?
got to see it now.
Okay. Guest choice. What do you want? Something local? Some news?
Yeah, we got some local
or
news.
Either local. What do you want? World?
News.
State?
World.
World news? Oh, man. Something that's happening in the world.
Oh,
okay.
I'll tell you what freaks this world. Can I say something first? This little this Korean dude, North Korea, Kim Jong-jo or whatever, what was his name?
The leader of that country? The
Yeah.
North Korea?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know his
that
name.
guy.
Kim something.
Yeah, something just Kim.
My buddy Paul knows
Is he
exactly
real?
who all these people are. We need to get him on here so
He
we
looks
can
just
Kim
like-
Jong-un,
He looks just like that guy in the new music guy.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, he looks just like that
Yeah.
guy.
Did you see the
Well,
thing where
they're
they
from
were
the same
like
country.
Not to be racist.
the thing where
They're
on
from the
Facebook?
same country, man. So you're all right. I'm pretty sure you're all right there. They kind of look similar.
Yeah, but they had this thing on Facebook. It was like the Snickers commercial. He was freaking out, gonna nuke somebody, and then they're like, "Dude, you need a Snickers," and he was like, "Ah," and he was the Gangnam Style guy after that. But yeah, I'm wondering if he's real. He doesn't look real. Like his haircut. Are you
You
serious?
think he's a robot?
Is he serious with that haircut?
What do you think?
And
he
it's
is?
like he's just a little pudgy guy, and like
I
he's
watched
trying to
a
be
documentary.
a badass.
I watched a documentary about a guy that had escaped the prison camp over there, and it was like frightening to hear about the way those prison camps are over in that country and how they didn't even know that there was people outside of the camp. They got born in the camp. They thought there was no life outside the
Oh
camp.
my
Oh, it's just
God.
like that one movie from M. Night Shyamalan.
That's
The
scary.
Village or whatever that was. You remember that?
No, I didn't see it.
Where they chose to go live in the woods without any help from anyone.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
They scared the people.
Okay,
and
here we
not
got
really-
world news. We got a couple topics. NASA to lasso an asteroid and bring it closer to the Earth. They're going to put it around the moon. They're going to catch it with a robotic spaceship. And once we get it back to the moon, like a satellite around the moon, they're going to go out and like experiment on it. They're going to send 4 people out there to live and like to work on it and do things, run tests, see if they can get certain equipment attached.
It's a meteor or asteroid.
It's an asteroid. It's 500 tons, and it's 25 foot across.
That sounds crazy.
They want to get there in 2019 and have men to the asteroid in 2021.
25-foot space rock. Asteroid
They wanna-
rodeo
Yeah, they want to send 4 astronauts out
to get onto this thing.
to study it and find out what value it has.
And then like here, okay, if this, here's what's going to happen. Now this is that who's the private company that's going to space?
There's 2 of them now that go to space.
If
the
they-
Virgin Mobile, Richard Branson owns what? X Flight, I think, or something like that.
Here, if they go up and find like all kinds of gold and silver and precious metals, or even something that's not from this earth on there, that that we don't have here,
Unobtainium.
like stuff that that's going to be
Unobtainium.
worth a lot of money, whatever. Then you'll get those private companies. People are going to be up in space trying to lasso asteroids to get precious metals or minerals or something off of them.
I don't.
And that'll be a business.
Don't understand how you. I
Not
mean,
yet.
It's
I think
traveling so fast. How could you even like catch
Well,
it?
this
You know
one's
what I mean?
probably a slow one. Maybe it's not an asteroid. Maybe it's a meteor.
Do you
Let's
go?
Do you got it
No.
up right
Here's
there?
It's a meteor is after it comes through the atmosphere. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Okay, so that's what it is.
Somebody
Maybe
correct me
they
if
are
I'm
probably
wrong.
moving at
With
all
the draw
speeds.
string.
Somebody correct me, but I believe it's like an asteroid, a meteorite is after it hits or something like that.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought they were all different things.
Says scientists.
At one time.
You
Well,
must have paid attention in some.
I
thing
just
somewhere.
learned it not too long ago when that thing hit
In Russia.
Yeah, I was researching that. What is it, Tim?
It says scientists will use baggie with a drawstring, which I don't know what that is, to capture space rock and plan
Oh,
due to
I think it's just that
backed
theory.
by $100 million from Obama budget. People don't like Mr. Obama.
No.
I'm not too far into politics, but I can say that I'm probably one of them. Things haven't gotten better, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think either political party is where they need to be right now.
Well, it's too much about money, and that's all. The people that are making money want to keep making money.
Until the people who are making laws can stop making money illegally, just like, hey, here's some money, vote for this.
Yeah, I mean,
It's going to happen. So men can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't leave men to make the laws for you.
yeah, it needs to be. The whole thing is corrupt. It needs to be changed, but I don't necessarily know what the answer is to
I
that
know
one.
what the answer is to it. You got to take away all the power of the Congress and the president. These branches are fighting for power over us, when really all 3 of them work for us. We have power over all 3 of them. And
Why can't we do anything about it? What can we do? Anarchy?
They change the law every time people do try to do
you can
something
do
like that.
jury nullification. You know what that is?
No, I do not.
Jury nullification is where you plead people not guilty to certain crimes. Like, say you were on you always ask for a jury trial anytime you did something. Like, say I had an emergency situation. I had to do something to save someone's life, take somebody something, and then they tried to sue me for stealing or something like that. I could go to court, tell the jury my case, and they could plead me not guilty. Even though I stole it, there was proof that I did take it, but I took it for a reason that's above the law. So as citizens, we can nullify decision, like laws. We just have to say not guilty to those crimes that you think are just.
Have you heard this?
Right.
Jury nullification.
Have you heard about
a big
Texas
thing.
trying to remove themselves from the United States?
Oh,
Have you
that's
heard about that?
ridiculous.
Who?
Have you heard about
Alaska?
I've heard about it.
No,
Texas.
Texas.
Tex-
That is
oh,
And
never-
there's
yeah.
some other states that
The
are kinda
Republic of
wanting to do that
Texas.
too.
It is never going to happen. That will never happen.
It's
The
not.
United
It
States
used to
won't
be
allow
different.
it.
It used to be separate.
They
didn't
have
it?
the power to do it, but still the government will
It was
step
part
in
of
and say,
Mexico.
No, you don't.
It was Mexico before, and they
Well,
took it
yeah.
from the Alamo, right? That's.
No, the Alamo, they got spanked.
But there was a battle or whatever. They had a
Yeah.
war, and they took it from Mexico, right?
No, Mexico killed everyone at the Alamo. That's
Yeah,
the
at the
story of
Alamo.
the Alamo. That's the
Right.
last stand.
Right. There was something else though, right? What was it? They took it from. They had to have taken it from Mexico
Well, maybe. Yeah.
because it used to belong to Mexico. Was it just like, all right, we killed all your guys, but fuck it, you can have it.
I think they
I guess,
bought
I
it
don't know.
really cheap or something.
Yeah, we
I
killed you.
don't-
Now you can have it cheap.
Oh, let's do
It's
the
filled
winner.
with your blood.
We're we're over a half hour in. Let's do the winner of the
Oh.
tickets, the movie tickets.
Oh wait. Yeah, now I got this. I think I have.
Roll.
Let's see if I can do this.
Who won those free movie passes? And I want to talk about Evil Dead. You seen it yet?
I just
Seen
watched
the
old-
original?
I just watched the original.
Did
Just
you?
watched it.
How'd you feel about the original?
It
I'll-
was one of the better comedies I've seen in a while.
Okay, exactly. Now that you know what it's like, you're going to go see this new one and you're going to love it. They did a good job.
That's what I've been hearing. That's why I was interested in seeing the old one. I was like, I'll watch it finally.
Yeah, it's
And,
good. I went back and watched it too, man. I like the old one too. It's very cheesy. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? It's
Unbelievable that
dude.
that guy had this idea and was like, this is going to be scary.
Listen,
I don't know how he thought that was going to be scary, but
Okay.
There's this scene where in the beginning when they're driving in the car all crazy,
yeah.
they
Are you
have
talking
to
about the new one?
No, the old one.
Old one.
They have to swerve their car to get out of the way of a truck,
I remember that.
and whenever they show the view from the front, Bruce Campbell has got his head out the window, going, "Oh no, turn!" And then when they come back to a front shot, he's sitting behind him, and both windows are rolled up.
There's not any
So
of that.
it's not
man.
good
I mean,
editing at all.
the entire time somebody will have had a weapon in the movie, but they use they're like, I got this axe. Why don't I get this broom handle and try to smack it in the hand?
Yeah, it's good stuff. But the new Evil Dead.
Is it a good movie?
Someone may have won tickets to that
To
show
see.
tonight. Jeremy, what do you got? over there
I'm
working
trying
so
to
we can
find
get
this,
these
like-
given out?
A drum roll. I thought I had it. Yeah, you got it. Drrrr. I got you. I have
Sandy won them, right?
Sandy Euler.
Yeah, let's contact her and make sure she.
You are the winner of 2 passes to the movie, right? 2
Yeah, two.
to Danbury Cinemas.
To Danbury Cinema.
Congratulations.
Let's try and get a hold of her and see what's going on.
There's some good options out there for movies right now too. Jurassic Park 3D. I
Well,
don't
they
know if
just
did
remake
have-
it.
Yeah, they which
3D.
Yeah, I mean I've always been a Jurassic Park fan. I love the dinosaurs.
I like the first one. The other ones were just decent, I think. I don't think they were.
I think you're
great.
correct about that.
Oh, there was more than one Jurassic Park?
Oh,
There's
there
like
was
three.
like 3, yeah.
Oh, when they got into the city or something like that.
Yeah, they went all the way with that one. They drove that one right into the ground.
Yeah.
Destroyed the name.
Did you know that some people, I think, believe there's still like they think there's brontosaurus in the Congo?
Well,
I don't
Bigfoot's
think
in
so.
Alaska, right?
Brontosaurus? I
We've
don't
got
know.
satellites in space that can look anywhere.
Where's Bigfoot at?
Exactly. Where is Bigfoot at? Nobody knows. We'll probably make a Bigfoot before we find a Bigfoot. You know what I mean? That seems like something that somebody would do. We're going to make that a reality. Bigfoot will be true.
I haven't watched the show yet, but I hear it's even though you think it's ridiculous, it's still fun to watch.
People go out and hunt them, and then people also go out and fake them. You know what I mean? Put footprints and make a fake foot and try to make people believe there's Bigfoot out there.
Yeah, they got the big old fake concrete feet
Yeah.
making tracks.
Yeah, and then people go and like find them.
Have you
They
ever
take.
seen Harry and the Hendersons?
Yes.
Is it,
Yeah, it could be a
that is a
Harry.
good flick.
Yeah.
But the guy ties the big footprints to like stilts and walks and makes tracks.
Yeah.
Very clever. He's been faking it for years. He knows all the good fakes.
I'm pretty sure somebody put out a huge reward if you do find Bigfoot, so you could be the winner.
Would you would have to shoot it, right?
You wouldn't want to shoot Bigfoot because I mean,
It
it's
could
the
be
only one.
intelligent, right? But you couldn't catch it if you. What if you couldn't? You know what I mean? That was your only option.
him
Like,
some
oh
beef-
God, he's running away.
Give him some beef jerky or something. I don't know.
Yes. You want a Slim Jim, Mr. Bigfoot guy?
I know those are the
Harry?
funniest.
Those
Those
commercials.
Jack Links, yeah, they're the funniest. It's not letting me message her on mine, so we'll have to. Hopefully, she'll be watching and she'll message us and let us know that she. Somebody's making fun of us. Harold, I think he tuned in last week, right? Or last Tuesday, he was on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 plus 2.
Who's that?
I found a big footprint behind my house.
You better call that
The Evil Dead,
show.
though, man, it was great. They already said Sam Raimi's going to direct the next Army of Darkness 2, a direct sequel from the first Army of Darkness. It's the Evil Dead Army of Darkness. It's
gonna be good.
I think it's going to be pretty great. Bruce Campbell's going to star in it. It's going to be.
We laugh
legit.
at what people thought was scary back then, but I'm sure that people are going to laugh at what we think.
They
is
probably
scary here.
think no. They probably. I think even back then they were kind of laughing a little bit. Some of the scenes are just. It's almost like an airplane movie, but toned down just a little bit.
Like I was talking to somebody after I watched that, and I don't. There's not really any scary movies. The only movie that I can say that I was kind of like on edge about was the movie The Strangers, which is actually based on a true story about the people who
Broke into that house and killed some people.
Yeah, some people go out to some like vacation house. They just got married or whatever, and then these people start just messing with them. And that was a creepy movie. It's made you jump a little bit. Other than that, most of them I find entertaining.
Have you ever seen anything like Bigfoot?
Have I?
Yeah.
How'd we get back on Bigfoot?
I wasn't done.
Jeremy's got a Bigfoot obsession.
Yeah, I want to know.
I've seen some pretty big, hairy guys walking around Columbus, maybe, but
No,
like
not
a
in the
Sam
woods.
Squanch.
Have you you've
No.
been hiking and stuff a lot, and
No.
like
I don't think it's real. It may have been real at one time, but I just don't think there is a Bigfoot anywhere on Earth.
do you think?
Like I said, we'll probably make one before we find one.
And then they'll release it and be like,
Yeah,
"We
I
told you it was
Bigfoot.
real." They're gonna mix a
be a
monkey in
lot of
it,
money in that.
a gorilla, and a man.
Another Bigfoot hoax today when a man genetically altered his dog to become a Bigfoot. He'll currently be serving 3 to 6 years at the state penitentiary for genetic modification. Like, that'll probably be true one day. But The Evil Dead was good. There was no Sam Squanches in that movie, and they were right in the middle of the woods. I like they changed the story a little bit. And I like their story for being in the cabin the first, in 1981 as opposed to the new one. But it was still a great movie, and it's gory. It's not a movie where you're scared, but it's a movie where you go, ow. Like, ow, that hurt.
I like the gory movies.
Yeah, it's super gory.
Some people, I've never had a weak stomach, but I can't understand some people that are just like have to look away every time. This is not me, but
that. What about on Wrong Turn? Whenever they cut the guts out and they just fell on the road, that chick's guts fell on the road. Wasn't that a little over?
That's disgusting.
It was. I was like, man, really? They just got to go to that point?
Okay, those are my 2 world news topics. Now, what do you want? America, state, local?
America.
American.
America.
We're American.
American. Okay, I don't know how I missed this. Apparently, Tuesday, the Supreme Court ruled drug dog searches are unconstitutional in a 5-4 split. Justice Antonin Scalia said a person has the Fourth Amendment right to be free from the gaze of the government inside their home and the area around it, known as the curtilage. So it's like the porch and the garden on the side of the house. That's your curtilage, and that should be free from government gaze.
Really?
Because what happened was down in Florida, they got a tip about a guy, so they staked out his house. they took a drug dog up on his porch, and the drug dog gave the sign, which means there is some, there is that certain smell in there. So
I mean, how can they prove that the dog didn't give the sign, though? You know what I mean? Like, can't they just say, yeah, he gave the sign?
You
gave the sign, and they got the warrant to go into their house.
They've been doing it so long that they can't. Those dogs are trained to find drugs. So, but maybe they just smelled a little bit instead of a lot.
Is it illegal? It's illegal to have a little bit in your house?
Probably.
Yeah, it probably is. But that's a little.
So
that is kind of an invasion of privacy
so
too,
anyway,
though.
His attorney, they sent it to the court. The court threw it out. It's like, yeah, that's unconstitutional. They sent it to the state. The state threw it out. Yeah, that's unconstitutional. And it went to the Supreme Court, and finally, the Supreme Court threw it out. But it's a 5-4 split. That's close. You're cutting hairs there.
Yeah.
I think it's a good ruling, but
yeah, I mean, it is kind of unconstitutional. It's kind of an invasion of privacy.
You could just have You could just have.
It could be nothing.
You could have Homeland Security just walking around neighborhoods with drug dogs and dogs that are. You can't have that.
No.
Always looking in somebody's window. Just have so many people working for Homeland Security that it's like 30% of the population.
They'll be hiring them like deputizing just people that want to do it, and they're just like everybody would, like your neighbor could be creeping in your windows at night.
Yeah, and they'd be undercover too, so they wouldn't have to tell you anything. They could do whatever they wanted and not get in trouble, but you're going to get in trouble.
When they do come in, they just tear up everything.
So, that's a pretty big deal. And I think they did all right on that, but it's a 5-4 split. I'm a less government type of person. So, I guess that's it.
Well.
Harold said, has a couple, I'm sorry to get back on Bigfoots, but these are kind of funny. Yeah, they all fight in the UFC.
UVC.
Oh, UVC.
It says UVC.
I seen that. I thought he was talking about us. I didn't think he was talking about Bigfoot.
I just saw a Bigfoot on Clinton Road. Oh my gosh, there's a Sam Squanch.
I thought I heard a Sam Squanch out there.
It's coming closer.
It's that damn Sam Squanch.
Can we get a mobile podcast and we go out there and search for him?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, we absolutely
Night vision.
could.
We could do a Bigfoot search one night.
That would be the worst. Oh gosh.
That damn Sam Squanch.
That Sam Squanch. He's scary and big. Ooh.
I just picked up on what you guys are saying from what is that? What's this
Trailer
TV?
Park Boys?
Yeah.
I watched every single episode. I forgot about it.
They got 3
The
movies
Sam
too.
Squanch.
Don't forget those.
They're making the third
movies
one
are
now.
different, though.
They a little bit. Countdown to Liquor Day is good though.
You got to kind of the watching the series before I watched it before I watched the movies, and
Yeah,
so
same here.
it's a lot. It's better because you get more. You know more about what's going on.
Do you know who writes the show and everything?
No. It's Julian, right?
They're Canadian people. I know.
You know?
that.
Yeah.
Bubbles. It's not Bubbles. It's one of those guys, right?
You know who writes it? The old man in the
forget.
chair, Ricky's dad.
Ray.
Oh, they hit the
Ray,
alcohol.
yeah.
He writes it.
Ricky's dad's throwing his piss jugs everywhere in the park.
Him and his damn piss jugs.
We're gonna.
Oh, Ray.
We can quote Trailer Park Boys for probably the
I
next
haven't
hour.
watched it in a while, but I
Ray and
need
his
to.
damn piss jugs.
I love the fact that the episodes are only like 20
You know,
minutes
Talking
long.
about
Hey.
shithawks, Bubbles.
I'm just
Shithawks.
shitting on you.
They're coming down from the.
Damn it, Randy. No,
No, you can't have a cheeseburger, Randy.
My favorite character is what's the white guy that acts like a rapper?
Jay.
J Rock.
J-Rock, yeah. How about I'm just out here trying to sell weed and make an honest living and raise my daughter. You know, I got her out here stealing grills and and I'm selling weed and when she's driving me to the liquor store and we're having a cheeseburger and liquor party.
Driving anymore.
Yeah, so I'm not drunk driving. She's driving me to the liquor store. I'm just trying to make an honest living.
Man, whenever he wants to stay in prison to finish that hockey game instead of getting released, that's ridiculous. Like, they do the most ridiculous things ever.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do one. Just make a quick money and then I'm going straight.
One big sell, and then I'm going straight.
Tim Isaac is fighting April 20th in Frederickstown, Ohio.
It's going down in Frederickstown.
Very
What
soon.
time?
The fights start at 6. I believe
You're fourth from last.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was
I'm one
loud.
of the featured fights. It's gonna be a good night of fights for sure. There's several good fights on the card that I'm looking forward to. Not only myself, they just added a short notice fight. With Josh Longgood and Quentin Cooper
Yeah.
and that's a good fight. That's a really good fight between those two guys. Quentin is a beast of a wrestler, and
They're both
Josh is 5-0. So
they're both undefeated.
yeah, that's a great fight.
Josh is 5-0, Quentin's 9-0.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the fight came about, but they just added it the other day.
Somebody backed out or something, or it was just a lot. I don't know. Somebody
Quentin's the real deal. I've seen him fight, and he's a good fighter. And he just dropped that. It's going to be a 45 fight, and he's going to be a big 45.
I thought he was 35.
He was.
one time.
I've seen him fight 55. I think he's pretty big. I thought he had the frame for 45, but I think he's a good size at my weight class. The featured fight is Will Duffy and Nick Stuff.
Yep.
I do not know who Nick is, but Will Duffy, he's a pretty decent stand-up heavyweight. I like watching him fight.
Then that Cooper Ryder and Longgood fight. Then Zach Cook and Steve Saldana.
Yeah, I haven't seen Steve fight. I've trained with Zach. Zach is a tough kid. He's a scrappy guy. He's always an interesting fight. Steve, I heard, was an amateur boxer, and I've heard he's a good wrestler. So I think that's the news on that guy. I heard he's a good fighter, though, so it should be a good fight.
And then we had Justin Paul, and Tim Isaac.
That's a good fight too.
That's going to be
That
fight of the
is.
night.
Hopefully.
It's going to be. There's one that's not decided. Nick Reyes and somebody. Tyler Bostic and somebody is not decided. They're both 170, so they may be fighting each other.
Yeah, Tyler, I thought, had an opponent.
I think he's going to be at 185 this time, too.
Because I thought he was on the Fight Flyer. Let me check that out here.
Chris Berdulis and Jason Rhyme.
What
do you-
135? Jason Ryan, I think I've seen him. fight at
155?
155.
I think he has a brother maybe that is lighter. I don't know. I thought he was 135.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just saw him fight Donnie Corbell is what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then you have, I don't know, Ian Lashley and Garrett Shepard. Dustin Hawk, Rocky Clark, Corey Stewart, Andrew Schultzer.
Tim, I was relating to Jeremy the other day. Something like, I felt like when I used to fight, like it would be from going, it would be like having the whole world on your mind to having nothing on your mind, but like fighting this person right now.
Yeah.
The whole world closes in on you.
Like
Right
you
into-
come down to this focus that you rarely see in other points of your life. You know what I mean? And that's what I miss.
I love it. I love MMA altogether. I'm more relaxed and maybe a little more happy when I don't have a fight coming up, but at the same time, I miss it as soon as I have a training camp that's
anticipation
over
is
and the
no
fight's
more.
over, then I'm like, I miss it already. As soon
Right.
as it, right after it happened, I've already missed it.
Isn't it crazy, though, how long a month can seem when you're training for a fight?
But that entire month, I'm sick and tired of it.
I know, right? It's because it's so serious. It's so intense, and you're just it's on your mind. You don't want it to be on your mind, but it is because you have to train hard for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I really think about right now is Justin Paul and hopefully getting that W and making a great fight.
See, I don't have time for that anymore.
You don't have time to go to the gym a couple
I
nights a
have to
week.
stop
or a couple-
focus on the gym. No, I mean, if you're going to fight today, man, you got to go more than a
Oh,
couple
I mean, I
times a
thought you
week.
meant to just work out and do it. But you mean to fight? Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to go more than 2 times a week.
I don't have that kind of time, man.
I try to work out in the morning before work, and I go to work, and then I train MMA at nighttime, just about every night.
Did you know? I heard something like Shane Carwin has maintained a full-time job through his UFC stuff, and
I wouldn't see him needing to do that.
well, he wouldn't need to, but I guess he
What
did
if
it to
if he liked what he did
to break
yeah.
the monotony. And I'm not sure what his job is. He might be behind a desk or something, not doing real physical labor, but he's still doing a job which it requires 8 hours a day for a full-time job, pretty much.
I never heard about him, but I've heard of several of the UFC fighters that are lower.
Well, a
Like
lot
that
of the
guy
lower
from
ones.
Chicago that just retired, the police officer. I can't think of his name. He's a heavyweight. He was a police officer though, and he kept that going the entire time.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if he's out there jumping on people
you
and
don't-
tackling them and
if
submitting
you
them.
don't hit the, what I mean, make it to a big fight.
Can you imagine that, a UFC heavyweight holding people down and submitting them in the street, but they would resist arrest.
You want me to interrupt here for a reminder of what's going on, what
Mhm.
everybody's doing?
Do it.
Well, first of all, Blue Wall Podcast. If you're just tuning in, like the Facebook. Do we have Twitter yet?
Yes.
Like the Twitter, like the Facebook.
At Blue Wall Podcast. Blue Wall Podcast on Facebook, right?
Deke Deacon, Jeremy Kitts, Tim Isaac. We've got a fight coming up. That's what we just been talking about. And
Right on.
unfortunately, 420 the same day, we're going to be doing a couple other things. So we won't be able to make it to that, but
It's gonna be a busy day.
it's going to be a crazy day because we got, first of all, down in the park, we got the Earth Gathering with what Jeremy so affectionately referred to earlier as the Earth People.
We're going to gather with the Earth people.
The Earth People and see what's going on. They got crazy food to eat.
I'd
They
prob-
do what, I mean, they have what might be a nice lineup.
If I wasn't fighting, I'd probably come to that. I'd like to check that out.
Seventh House Moon, ambient band. A guy and a girl. They do folk music. Ashley and Amber Good, folk pop music, which I don't know how that mixes, but I'm sure they do it nicely. Stacy Skaggs, folk and soul. Thomas Dirk, folk.
Dirk.
Rich Lewis and Friends, alternative folk. Uncle Mont's Quandary, blues rock. And Theo's Loose Hinges. Now, Jeremy said he's seen Theo's Loose Hinges before, and he liked them. I can't remember where he said they played, somewhere locally in town.
There's something about local music I've always liked. Over,
Oh, a live band? There's nothing
yeah.
like it.
I mean, even if I don't really like the style of music, it's still the atmosphere is a good time. Just a band up.
We might
playing and
look
people
up and
enjoying the
listen
music.
to some of these
Yeah.
bands for a reference of what songs they've done and how they sound.
It makes me want to go and put a tent up in the park all night and just like hang out the night before. Just, I can't even play a guitar, but I want to just have a guitar and sit out
Yeah.
in the moonlight.
gotta
and
have an acoustic
strum
guitar.
on it. Yeah, I wish I could do it, and that's what I would just do it, just make noises with it.
That's the worst.
Yes.
Think about it. Yeah, they got that crazy food.
Theo's
What are
loose.
they?
I've seen Theo's Loose Hinges. They're good, and Ashley and Amber Good. They're good. They're the brother and sister duo, and they.
Have you seen Uncle Mont's Quandary?
I don't think so. They sound familiar, like I may have, but I don't really remember.
Well, I'm going to try to get something on them, see what they're sounding like. It's supposed to be a blues rock, which I like both of those things, so maybe they're great, maybe not. But
So
live music, man, that's where it's at.
Tim, is there anybody that you want to shout out that that's helped you out or for your fight or anything? Anybody that you need to help shout out right now? Thank them.
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
going around.
hi, Mom.
Yeah, I don't think my mom's watching, but
She might later.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell her about
And then
it.
we'll tag her in the video, and then anytime you look her name up, it'll come on.
My
It's a
home
fun
gym
dip
now is
with an airhead, and it's delicious.
That does sound good.
Yeah, Harold just asked me what I was eating, and yes, it is a fun dip, and it's a airhead, and they are delicious. I don't care who you are; they are fantastic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Interrupted you like an asshole.
I'm training at Scrap House MMA. It's about a minute away from where I live, so that's good for me. We have a pretty big gym. There's a lot of versatility as in the styles that we have there. We have some really good wrestlers. We have a lot of good stand-up fighters.
How many people?
All together, I mean, we as a family we're about 30 deep. But I mean, a lot of us are in like we have a lot of people that do gi jiu-jitsu, and they kind of stick to that.
Good to train with, though. I mean,
yeah. And it's interesting to watch somebody because I've kind of ragged on the gi some about it not being that good for MMA, but then I've watched people start to train gi that have fought MMA and no submissions, and I've seen them improve. So I can say that I've seen with my own eyes, I've seen it work. So I'm thinking about starting to do that a little bit more with the gi.
All right. Well,
so you're going to start doing some tournaments? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's our gym goes to a lot of tournaments.
it's different. It's slower, I think.
It takes the wrestling out of it.
There's more technique.
It's more like a chess match.
Right. It's slower and there's more technique involved. So because you have the gripping of the gi and all that, it's not as fast. Without the gi, you're sweaty and you slide out and it's faster.
I've seen some of the MMA fighters I've seen training gi jiu-jitsu. I've seen their submissions look a lot sweeter.
Right. They have to be, if they can, as long as they're not doing things, they're relying on that gi, I think, a lot. Like, and they're keeping it tight. You can, but you have a lot more grip with that gi is a difference. But the grabbing of the gi is what makes it slower.
Yeah.
Because instead of like if you were gonna bait somebody for an arm bar and think you're gonna pull out when they go with a gi, you might not get your arm out because they had that grip on that gi and like.
Yeah,
I've done some gi
and they can wrap.
I got frustrated because it took my wrestling out of it, and I was. Getting beat by guys on my.
You have to technique it, right?
Yeah.
It's more technique. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and I just got frustrated, but I think I will go back to that eventually.
The thing I'm always worried about when I've done it is getting choked with the gi.
Well, that's what I got choked out a lot with. I'm like, I try to take this off. Like, you can't choke me now. I don't have it on. But I have seen people get a lot better at jiu-jitsu by using gis. Yeah. I've also been going down to Lama, which is the Lancaster Academy of Mixed Martial Arts, and Jeff down there, the lead trainer down there.
Boyer?
Yeah, Jeff Boyer. He runs a good training session, and I definitely look forward to more training sessions with them. And, of course, yourself, Kama. That's where I started at. And I feel like I'll always be part of that no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. You guys want a hug?
Bro hug.
It was actually something I wanted to bring up. I wanted to challenge you to a fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The last fight of your career.
When I decided this is it.
I was thinking about that a week or two ago. I was watching one of the Bellator guys, I believe, fought his coach, and it was like this coach's last fight.
Oh yeah.
So it was like his going out party. Like,
and he went
if he beats the master, then he's the master.
And he did beat the master.
So
didn't he?
Oh yeah, I gotta beat the master.
Oh. That sounds like an awesome event. Last one.
Well,
10 years?
Give me about 10 years, and I think I'll be to your level. So
10 years.
10 years would be about it.
Jeez.
We'll start
You'll
the
be
countdown
like 40.
now. you're going to be wanting to quit
I would be
about 42,
44.
40. Yeah, you're going to be wanting to quit about then. Maybe 42.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, maybe you
Go
want to take it to 48. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll see.
pass the torch.
But yeah, I'm probably saying like I'll
We
definitely have to be looking when I'm 40. I have to be starting to
we
think
forgot to
about
do the
it.
rest of our thing for 420.
Oh,
Gibbies.
Gibbies,
This will
stand
be
up.
our first live show.
We are going to
Like
be
not live show,
live
but our first satellite
on the
event.
road. On the road.
Yeah, on the road.
Yes, we are going to be broadcasting live from Gibby's in Circleville, Ohio, for the Stand Up to Cystic Fibrosis.
We should have Jamie on to be able to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to call her right now.
Yeah. Like, what is going on? I know she sent a thing out that said she need advanced reservations would be nice, so she knows what to tell the caterers.
That's for the comedy thing.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Who's
Okay.
the stand-up comedians?
Ace Allen and Michael Moore.
Have you heard any of the? I like
Um,
stand-up comedy. I'm pretty into it.
No, I have
we
not.
haven't. We should have
I wonder if they
probably
have
looked
any-
something up.
Yeah, I wonder if they have anything online.
I think we have before. I just couldn't watch it while we were on air, and I have never watched it since. So, calling Jamie.
Yes.
Awesome. Is that her?
Jamie, is this too late for you? Okay. Well, we are live on the Blue Wall podcast, and we were talking about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and all that. And we were wanting to get like
Deets. Give us the deets.
some details. We're talking about the stand up to cystic fibrosis coming up, and then we were wanting to get more information on the walk as well. But if you wouldn't care to share that with us, and because we're going to be broadcasting live from there, and we were wanting to get details from you so we can help spread the word from the source. All right. Do you know what like what's going to be on the buffet dinner? Sweet. Um, all right, and yeah, and that's a $15 minimum donation. Minimum.
Minimum, but not
and this is
maximum, so
and
you can give more.
right.
Tell us exactly, because we have not looked into it. To what exactly does cystic fibrosis do to a person?
What does what does cystic fibrosis do? What is the disease like?
How does it affect the body?
Really? Um, Right. Okay. And the thank you for that
I
information.
know.
That
I never could have done that.
right.
See,
We
that's why we had to get in touch with the source.
right. And we wanted to make sure we were shouting everything out right. We had the information on the the stand up the comedians Michael Moore and Ace Allen, um, and then the walk on the 19th. It, is there like a donation with that too, or is it? Hmm. Wow, all right, wow. So all their donations rely on people like you, and with your team name is Strides for Stacy, right? Right, in 2008. Um, and so that's where like it's people like you that go out and make the research and development happen for foundations like this for the research and development for cures of the
Getting
disease.
money straight from the public. That's a hard thing to do. Not a lot of people do
Right.
that nowadays. It's hard.
Right. And yeah, I was talking about it the other day on the podcast that um, I have asthma, and I couldn't imagine having anything worse with my lungs than what I have already, which is what this sounds like it would be. And so that's what we're asking folks to come out and support that and donate. Is
What
there
about even if they don't want to come out? Is there somewhere where they can donate?
right? Can they donate somewhere else if they can't make it out to the walk? How can they donate? Forward slash what? Uh huh. All right. All right. Awesome. I'm gonna write this down that way. The next time we're on, I can have the information right.
I know that was a great idea getting a hold of her because that was
Yes.
perfect. That was
Yes. We
everything
needed
we
this,
needed.
and we needed information. Yeah. And so is there? Okay, I was thought there was something with T-shirts when you go to the walk. Is that for donations over a certain amount, or is there? Right. Okay. Well, wow.
Awesome.
Yes.
90%. That's very high. A lot of uh,
A lot of
charity
it's like
organizations don't give that much.
no, like
60% maybe.
yeah. I don't know. I would guess even less.
Probably some of them abuse it. Oh well,
Wow.
that's awesome.
That is.
See,
And I like I already told people that if you can't make it to these, this isn't the only time that you can go and donate. Like we have your website now, cff.org forward slash. Is that right? Or no? What is that called? Yeah, forward slash. Great understride state underscore strides. Right. We got this.
that was the worst. You're
That
horrible.
was the worst. I'm sorry. I think I had a backslash
Yeah,
that
you should have
I
had a
knew was supposed to be
semicolon.
forward. Now I have an X because I crossed it the other way. But we got this now. We needed that information, and but yeah, they don't. You can donate any time of the year. You can do $10 per month if you have that. I mean, set back $10 per month. Hmm. Right. Absolutely. All right.
That's all we needed, right? We can. It's about. I mean, it's getting.
We got you. We are going to let you go, and we'll see you. I'll talk to you before then, I'm sure. But we're going to be live at the Stand Up to Cystic Fibrosis,
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see her then.
and me going. All right. All right. Thanks, Jamie. All right. Thanks for the information. We'll see you soon. Bye. All right. There we are. Our first call in.
That was awesome.
We might be going. I might be going past 11.
She knew her shit.
Yeah, and that's what we needed. And now I know my shit a little bit more.
All right. I'm going to get into some state news because this is what I usually like the best. Ohio's pretty crazy sometimes.
All right.
So, Richard Beasley, 53, from Akron, Ohio. He just got sentenced to death for the Craigslist plot. I know, Tim, did you hear about that?
I know a little bit about
He
it.
was
but I haven't
luring
looked into
people
it.
in from out of town with a promise of work and a place to stay.
That was in Ohio, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So then he was just killing them and taking all their stuff and burying them somewhere. So,
I seen his picture on the news. He's just some old guy, right?
yeah, he's an old guy. He's in a wheelchair now. But Scott Davis, he's a 49-year-old who answered one of the Craigslist ads. He said he took him out to the field where supposedly the work was supposed to be done. And he was walking in front of him, and he heard the click of a gun as he walked in front of him. So what he did is he knocked the gun out of the guy's hand real quick, but he got shot in the process.
That's how the guy got.
This is how he got caught. Yeah, this guy Scott Davis, he got shot in the arm, but he was in time. He could still knock the gun out of the guy's hand, out of Beasley's hand, and he just fled into the woods. Then he tipped off police, who later came and searched the property, found some other bodies, I think.
Did they already know what was going on before he got
No,
caught, or did they
I
just
don't think
like
so.
the whole thing opened up?
I think it opened up the whole thing. I mean, I think they still killed three. Yeah, they killed 3 people.
Through these Craigslist ads,
Yeah.
they were just like, "Oh, one day
Come here,
we're gonna be murderers. We're gonna call
Apparently.
people out, and that's how we're gonna kill them."
Well, the guy.
What'd they get from
You
it?
can make an ad for anything on
This
Craigslist.
guy, Richard Beasley,
Yeah.
is a self-proclaimed street preacher. You know what I mean? Like he's
Mhm.
supposed to be a man of the God.
One of those like
Also,
overdoers.
He had a supposed reason why he was killing some of
The
these
dude
people.
that's out in front of the
No,
courthouse.
he says he didn't do it. He says he said he was innocent and expects to have a conviction overturned on appeal. I have killed nobody, and that's a fact. I think that the guy says that Scott Davis tried to kill him, and that's how that happened. You know what I mean? He has a different story. And the guy who did it, he had a little 17-year-old or 16-year-old kid helping him named Brogan Rafferty. And he got life in prison because he was 16, and this guy got sentenced to death, which I don't know how I feel about that.
That's an interesting.
As a
sentence.
human, I just think, you know, I mean,
Death?
when you kill people, I mean, there's got to be a punishment for. I mean, that was the most. I mean, that's a heinous crime to kill someone just for what they have in their pocket or what they brought with them. Some down and out guy.
You're no good to society that way.
If you're already thinking like that.
You're just
But the godly side of me, you know, what I mean, the Jesus in me wants to say you need to forgive people, and anybody's possible of changing.
Right.
So I'm kind of torn on this issue.
But what if
my human nature usually comes through on this one, and I would say, you know, what I mean,
I don't think you can cure that. I think that's they're that
depraved. I think he's depraved.
yeah, there's something wrong with them.
if
I don't think that can be changed.
if all right, so if they killed somebody, you're gonna kill them back. Like that to me is the easy way out for them. If you're gonna be, you should maybe make them think that they're gonna die, and make them experience that fear of death that maybe that this
Then change
person
their whole
felt.
life.
This person felt before they died, that you know, or this person is dead, and experience up to that, and then yeah,
You kill them for show with lethal injection, then you wake them back up in the back room,
or something like that, and then
you
and
put
then
'em
be
in
like,
witness
ah.
protection, like, hey,
Then
you're
you'll
not
make
allowed to
zombies or
you're not allowed to
something.
tell anybody anything that happened, and you're totally a new person now.
And I'm all for just
Killing 'em.
Yeah, just killing them and not costing anybody any money. Just get it
I don't
out of the
know,
way.
man.
It costs money.
Well, I
You-
mean, it costs less money than keeping them alive for the. And
Yeah.
That's true. That
feeding them.
it costs a lot of money to keep prisoners alive.
But how many people have been executed that were innocent?
That's the
Before the
that's
DNA
quandary.
shit.
You
If
come
there's
into-
100% proof that.
Well, there could never be 100% proof, I don't think. But I mean, maybe there can be, and then you'll know for sure. But
Is
well,
it?
I mean, if there's
there's always a
DNA
way.
Yeah,
evidence, that's 100%.
If there's
right?
a system, there's always a way around it.
Is
You know
it
what I mean?
if you were convicted and you were put in jail, and you were convicted of this murder, isn't that 100% then? If I mean,
I
if
mean,
you were
if
put
there's-
in jail for
if
it,
there's
true.
DNA evidence, like if they found like you
That could
know-
be planted if you were
before
working
they
with
it
somebody.
was that saved a lot of people. The DNA before DNA came out, there were
That's
people.
what I mean. Like
people were on
it
death
can either
row and-
prove or disprove.
Right? Yeah.
to an extent. I don't think anything is foolproof though.
Yeah.
But
What did they do? They took samples,
I
but they
think
didn't
they're
know how
pretty-
to get
they're
DNA.
pretty
Then
sure in this case.
how did they? If they didn't know how to check for DNA,
I
how-
should have
how
checked
did they?
and seen what Brogan Rafferty had to say about this subject.
Did they have just tissue?
I wonder if we could get him on a phone interview.
Who's that?
Brogan Rafferty. He's 16. He's probably in a juvenile detention, maybe in some type of. I'm sure he gets a phone call.
Oh, this guy that did the.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets a phone call, right?
Craigslist killer.
He's in prison, dude. He's gonna be. He's a horrible person, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to maybe talk to him and see why he did that.
He's gonna be
That
bored.
would be interesting.
Yeah.
He's
I
16.
think
Like
your
what?
ratings would go up.
What? Yeah, I mean, definitely. Why would he? That's what I want to. Well, how old was the other guy that's in the?
49 or the 53, Richard Beasley.
Well, yeah, this kid
I
didn't
think
even.
the kid
thi-
just got conned into it, probably.
yeah, he
Well,
probably isn't
that's-
even that bad of a kid. Maybe.
don't
I mean,
know.
you can
I mean-
manipulate a 16-year-old's mind.
That's true.
Easily,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Also, but you
This
got
guy's 50 years
so
old.
young kids can manipulate old people or older people too. So he might have known what he was doing. I mean, it's hard to tell somebody that killing is
What?
wrong.
So the old dude was just like a stupid old dude.
no, I think maybe they both knew what they were doing. You know.
Well, yeah, but I'm more picturing it like you're not even 18. You won't even get in trouble, really.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
that's what the old dude's
worst
telling
advice
him.
ever.
I
But that's probably what he was telling him.
maybe you said he was a preacher, right? Or
Well, who
some
cares?
sorts-
You're going to kill people because you think you won't get in
Well,
trouble.
what I'm saying is, maybe he told the kid that he had some kind of vision that they're supposed to do that, you know, or
I
something.
don't know. Maybe I didn't hear anything about that.
No,
it
but I
might be
mean,
true.
maybe that's how he conned the kid into helping him. Maybe the kid really didn't want to do it, but he might have. Who
Maybe we'll
I didn't
just
research
the
it.
kid's doing life. He is doing
knows?
life.
That would be worse than death. I'd rather die.
Was he 17 or 16?
I do agree with this though. If someone says like, if we keep people alive on
38
death row
years.
for like up to 15 years sometimes. If somebody's just like, hey man, I just want to get it over with. You know what I mean? I don't want to be here no more, and they choose to take
They
the
should
quick
just
way
be
out.
able to go.
Yeah,
If
they
I,
should be
if
able
I
to
was
go.
16 and I had to spend the rest of my
No.
life, I would rather die.
No, I don't think so. I think no, you're gonna live, and you're gonna live every day knowing you're gonna die on this day.
That's great if you personally plan to fund one of these guys.
Well,
It's
I
like
know, but
12
it-
grand a
y-
year.
But yeah, but I know that is the other side of it is the funding. But man, but you know what I mean. The easy way out is for them to die. They don't give a shit. They killed 20 people, maybe. They don't care if they died today.
Yeah, they do.
They were hoping they got killed that day by the police or something.
Not everybody.
Well, but
Some people are fighting for every last breath.
A lot
They
of
don't
them
care if
they
they're in
just
jail.
they just want the fame that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like they have.
they want to go like this guy in Korea. He's trying to nuke everybody. What is North Korea like? Yeah, they can go and kill a bunch of people, but they're not gonna do it forever. Do you know what I mean? They're just this guy wants to go out with a bang. He's just like I'm the leader now. I'm gonna go out with a bang. He doesn't look that old. I wonder how old he is.
I think they're about to put the stamp on that.
Yeah, how
I
old?
hope not.
What are we gonna nuke him?
I don't want another incident where we're in a war for 10 years.
No, I don't either. But are we gonna nuke them? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I think they're this.
We're just gonna move in
their
and
ability to do that, and then as soon as that happens,
The next country we attack is going to be a place where they need either some pipelines built for some oil,
Yes,
or
That's a good
some
que-
other resource that we need to live.
that's
We-
a good question. I mean, they're really the only country that isn't on board with the rest of the world. But do they have a resource that the rest of the world needs?
right. I don't know if they do.
I don't think they do, or else they'd be rich. They'd be
Yeah.
Iran.
Why don't? Here's what we need to do then.
I think they just want to get them out of the way.
Well, instead of us going in and bombing them, all we need to do is go and just set off their nukes that they have in place, and then be like, yeah.
I think
Now what?
I think that we could infiltrate their system somehow
And set off their nukes.
No, disarm them.
No, set them off and just detonate that shit, and it'll wipe. It's obviously in a military base, so it'll wipe out a lot of good shit that we need to wipe out, and then make a point like you were gonna use these. You threatened to use these on us.
Well, somebody
Well-
could do the same thing to us then.
No, okay. I'm just saying use their own weapon on them. We didn't bomb them. They threatened to use those weapons that on us, and we're gonna go and set them off on them. Like that's what you threatened to do to us. We made our point
Why would you
without using what
I
we
wouldn't
have.
admit to it at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Threaten to nuke somebody, motherfuckers. We're gonna set it off.
I wouldn't admit to it at all. Why are you admitting to it? To say it was an accident.
Right.
Like apparently they did have those weapons.
But
of mass
I just don't
destruction.
feel like they're a big enough force to be threatening people. Yeah, they can. They're basically acting like terrorists if they're gonna go and bomb.
I think the only threat I don't think that they can shoot a nuke over to us. I think it's just the South.
They'll
Korea.
hit our
South
South
Korea
Korean bases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they want to do. Is
Hit our
like they
Japanese
have them pointing.
bases.
And in the Pacific, they're gonna hit. That's what they threatened to bomb. I thought is what I heard. I didn't know if they threatened to actually nuke America, but still, they said U.S. bases in South Korea and the Pacific.
That's what they're after. If anything, I don't know why they do that though, unless someone is making them or someone's behind that, because that would just mean death.
Is it
for
Russia?
Them.
Russians
No,
making
I
them?
don't know. Maybe it's some type of. I think it's a world banking system.
I think they just want to
it's
get. They're the
conspiracy.
last ones.
Yeah, I
It's
think
the
it's, I
banking?
think it's the Illuminati or whatever mythical conspiracy.
that.
there is.
Worldwide.
I hate that because somebody always talks about that at work, and that word gets stuck in my head.
It's just a cool word.
Illuminati. I
It's
know,
a
I
cool
know.
word,
Like, I
right?
keep saying it over in my head.
I just want to say it because it's cool. Illuminati. Illuminati.
That word gets stuck in my head.
So you think it's like a worldwide, like not a cult, but a club, like
It's a certain group of individuals
a-
that are rich.
an ungovernment government. Or
They
something.
own the government.
Right, something
They own
like
the
that.
Federal Reserve.
They are the ones. They got the gold.
There's definitely somebody behind everything, but I think that the real thing is it's just I mean, it's
I don't think
the-
people like Jay-Z or President Obama or any of these people are in the Illuminati. I think there's like 4 or 5 families that are in it, and they run so much and have so much power that everyone else just naturally fits into their own place. They can live comfortably.
I think North Korea is just the last one that's not on board with everything that else that
Iran.
the world does.
Iran.
Well, I mean, but don't in the U.S. all
There's
in-
some other
inside
places
their
out there.
business.
So we're gonna just say North Korea has some kind of resources that we need, and that's why we're gonna go to war with them. If we do, would that be like They're threatening to nuke us, but
Maybe that would start a war with
or the
someone else
South
who
Korea. No,
has
South Korea
resources.
has the resources, and we're gonna protect
Protect them.
them from North Korea. That's what I meant to say, really. Wink. Yeah, wink.
Make it
wink.
look like they did something where we can
Right.
all of a sudden
And then all of a sudden
invade.
we own all of Korea's. Like that, it seems a little arrogant too, though. Like I don't know. Like like do. I feel like that we're trying to police the world, and that's
Yeah.
gonna end up being not a good thing.
downfall.
It's never a good thing. That's how every great nation has fallen.
I know, right? That's what I mean. We're
Internal,
trying to
internal
go
struggle is how every great nation falls.
Well, and
right. We spread out too far. and
I mean,
crumble
look
from
look
the
how
inside.
look how bad things have got over the last 5 years, and it just seems like there's no end to how much it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah,
Everything.
the economy and
All
then
of
the
it.
infrastructure of America is shit. Like the highways and all that stuff. I bit a rim and got a flat tire off of a pothole on Bridge Street.
Gas
Right, you
Because
need to
of,
write
you know
the
what I mean,
city.
they're not
gas prices go down 20 cents one day, then they go up 40 cents like 2 days later. I'm like, oh, it's finally going
Dude.
down. I'll keep waiting.
when gas went over like $2, I quit looking at the price. Definitely when it was over $3, but like it was $2, $2.50. I definitely wasn't. I just got gas.
I look
was
at that.
just like,
I look at it every
just
single
fun.
day when I go out. I'm looking around at the gas prices while I'm driving.
Why do you think the price of gas is going up?
Probably the war. I don't know.
It'll drop.
I know Deke has
I hate
a theory.
I don't.
I have a
don't
theory
really
that
know
it's
why,
not
but
the. I don't think the value of gas is less. I think the value of the dollar that you spend is less.
Yeah.
I don't think it's equal to the inflation of the gas, but I think it's probably at least 40% of why gas is so high now.
They need to.
What, the
like,
war? What?
Your money doesn't buy it as much gas as it used to. Your money's devalued, not the gas. The gas is still important. Your money just isn't as important.
But they need to put a certain price and just say like that's the price. Like I would love that. Instead
That'll
of moving it
never.
around.
That will never happen, man.
I don't see why it has to keep moving.
What? It's
I mean,
supply
I
and
know
demand. Economics 101. Supply and demand.
It kills me though because
If you have a
I
lot,
wa-
it costs less. If you have a little, it costs more.
you know like say what's today Saturday, whatever gas is today, which is actually went down a little bit. I just bought some,
They have a lot.
but usually I'll wait and I'll see it go low and I'll be like it'll go a little lower and it will go a little lower. Then I'm like it'll go a little bit more lower and I'll just like try to wait until it's on my gas tank's on me. And as soon as I do, like the next morning, it went up 40 cents.
No, it goes. Here's what happens. It goes down on the weekends.
When people get paid, when the big plants get paid, it goes up.
And Mondays it goes up. It seems like a lot of them will go up on Mondays when everybody's going back to work and they know they have to. You know, they didn't get gas. They got to get gas before they go to work. They're gonna be stopping at the gas stations to get coffee and gas and all that shit, filling up, getting ready to hit the road, and they've jacked the prices up or whatever. But they might get it. Maybe they get it on Friday, and they sell it all weekend, and they're like, "Fuck, we gotta raise it. We're almost out."
Or when
Have to raise the
everybody's
price
going
on
vacations.
Monday. Yeah, Thanksgiving and all that. It always goes up in those times.
Anytime you got to travel.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how they make money. If you don't like it, don't, you know what I mean, stop driving a car that
Get an
takes
electric
gas.
car.
I seen a guy driving a bike where you sit down and pedal, and his girlfriend or wife or whoever was behind him taking pictures of downtown Chillicothe. And I got behind him, and of course, you know, they're going
He was sitting down,
7. Yeah,
and she was driving.
It looked awesome. I'm not going to lie. No,
I seen it
she
too.
was sitting behind him on a bike, and it
Oh,
had 3 wheels, 2 in the front, 1 in the back,
okay.
and it turned from the back.
But it was like a 2-seater.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
actually pretty nice and pretty cool, but not when you get behind it and it's going 7.
And they were in the middle of the
yeah,
road.
they're in the middle of downtown Chillicothe, like taking pictures.
I'm always not on time wherever I'm going to. So like I would like to like piddle around, but I always get stuck behind that person. that's
As
not
long as you want to use gas, that's why gas is going to be.
Those
3 or 6
sit-down
bucks.
bikes are pretty cool,
I
actually.
know what you're talking about. Where it looks like they're like in a hammock almost, like they're like sitting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to back, like a cockpit in an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Like not a cockpit.
But
in a
I'm talking. They
commercial
have
airplane, like a
2-wheelers
Top
too,
Gun.
like that.
Yeah, I've seen those too. I think the 3-wheel would be better for cruising, like
Yeah.
especially what they were doing. They were just like sightseeing, taking
Yeah, with
pictures and stuff.
2 people. Could it hold more people?
I think it just probably needs a better gear system, right? Once you get up, you can probably get a bike to go at least 12 or 14 miles per hour, right?
Probably
Just have the right gear system.
even put some kind of motor on it would make it go a little faster.
A trolling motor?
A small little motor.
Maybe like a
It'll speed you up to 19.
don't they make motors that regenerate power from the
The
motion?
wheels.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's probably something Tesla
It
made.
gets a charge from the just like I got a little flashlight.
Yeah, like a crank. Yeah, and then like
It's a survival.
so it'd always
survival
be
thing.
charging.
I got a little flashlight
when you're
that has, like, a
pedaling it.
radio and as you can
Yeah,
do
it's
solar
emergency
power.
shit. It has a flashlight on the end, probably.
Is all you gotta do is wind it like 3 times and it'll last like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's the shit then.
Yeah.
Can you hear that in your headphones?
Not really.
Oh, never mind. It paused. It's that Shivering Timbers that are playing at
Here,
the Paper City Music Series at the Majestic Theater.
that wasn't
5,
a bad
10,
shot.
13, 8 p.m. Chillicothe, Ohio. $10 advance tickets and $12 at the door. It's right at the Majestic. It's pretty cheap to rent out the Majestic too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Like how cheap?
I think I'm sure it's some less than maybe 500, 600, less than 600, I think.
And
You get the Majestic. It's right in downtown Chillicothe, and you get the side area right beside it. Have you been? You've not been down there. They got like
The lot?
where Bob's Banjo Barn burnt down.
Right.
That open lot, you get all that too.
Bob's Banjo.
yeah, the
It's-
place
it
I
was-
work
it was legit.
burnt down there too. I
Okay,
guess.
yeah, it was a big building,
It was there.
but they cleared that all up, and now it's like a park area. They do outside concerts and like the chili taste off and pizza taste off. You know what I mean? They do a lot of
that.
they do a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
But
and that's
you
part of the
can-
Majestic.
Yeah, that comes
Like
with
with
the
the
money.
rental?
Yeah,
How much is it? You don't know.
I think it's under $600. I bet you could find out real quick if
Um,
you looked it up.
And we're gonna try to get this guy on that's putting it on
Yeah,
onto-
I don't know his name. My buddy Casey told me he'd probably come on.
onto the Blue Wall podcast that I found out is not a podcast yet. Actually,
What is it?
we can call it a podcast, but we're just like streaming some video. A podcast. We need to get our RSS feed to become a podcast, and then
What is that? Just better quality picture?
I don't. It's something that feeds. It's a digital like people can subscribe to your RSS feed, and it goes on.
You should look into trying to put it on the Stitchler.
Well,
app.
if
Did you download that app? I told
yeah, I
you about?
have it. But if you get your RSS feed, it'll go to like iTunes and some other things like that, so that you get
Yeah, that's how they.
Oh, you got the volume on Ustream. You have to shut Ustream off.
Yeah, I can hear like the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how.
I'll turn it up. You don't. I got it. These guys are from Akron.
Yeah, this is what we listen to coming on.
Yeah. They got that. It feels like they got that Black Keys. You know what I mean? That
I like the Black Keys.
funk rhythm, bluesy.
The White Stripes and Black Keys. I like that stuff.
This is I got to get a different plug or something. This is mono. It's not in stereo. It's only in one ear. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right ear.
Yeah, you're right.
Or my right.
My left ear.
My left.
Am I even on backwards? No, mine are on right.
I think someone in the Keys is helping to produce them or something.
Really? Are they from Chillicothe?
No, they're from Akron.
Oh.
They're from the same area.
Oh, I think you said
Or
that,
wait,
right?
Yeah, I think they're from Akron. So I have it from good authority that they're a good band.
And they're gonna be in the Majestic
Yeah.
with some other bands. All right.
Yeah.
$10 advance.
The
12 at the
Kopecky
door.
family band, and
That
he's
is-
my brother, she's my sister. I've not heard anything from them, but I don't know. They got a funny name for their band. It might be good though. If they're headlining, it better be good.
That's Friday, May 10th. I might go there since. Well, what time is it? Nah, shit. 8 o'clock.
What do you think that name means?
I'll be in the gym.
What?
The Shivering Timbers.
It sounds like a nautical term, maybe shiver me timbers.
Shivering.
Is it ice on the deck or something of a pirate ship?
I
Shivering
thought it was something
timbers.
about like
Shiver me timbers. It's just really
trees.
cold out here. Arr, shiver me timbers.
I don't know.
It's like pirate, right?
Yeah,
Shiver me
sounds
timbers.
like a pirate. Look it up. I bet we can find it and find the history of it. It's probably some ridiculous. It sounds nautical to me. Timbers. I don't know. I guess that could be trees, right?
Right, but it comes from. Oh yeah, it's not. It's shivering timbers, right? Not
Yeah.
shiver me.
Well, we
Alright.
need to find out what we know what shivering means. We need to find out what they mean by timbers. Cold trees.
Um,
I don't know. That's weird.
there we are. Here we are. Shivering timbers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
We're trying to find out what shiver me timber. Something's going on. I can't do all this shit.
Well, I'll look for it then.
I hope we didn't go off because
I found apparently some kind of roller coaster or something.
shivering timbers. Maybe they just
It's their favorite roller coaster in where Wyandotte Lake or Cedar Point.
yeah they just like it was something the log ride that you
Yeah.
ride shivering
wooden
timbers.
A wooden roller coaster
Yeah.
in Michigan.
Okay, I did get the shivering timbers. Let's take a little listen here. I'm gonna get back home.
Shivering timbers.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Shivering Timbers, really. There's a lady doing a crazy dance in the background. The video is pretty funny.
I can see.
I feel like doing a crazy dance. Are they doing some like what's that Harlem Shuffle or
Harlem
what?
Shake. No,
Harlem
they're not.
Shake.
They're not doing that at all.
I haven't got into that until the other. I think it was yesterday. I was like, I just happened to see like a video link to one, and it just looked crazy. I was like, I gotta click
Yeah,
on just
well,
to see
and
what
then
it
you-
Now it's old
because
though.
people keep talking about like, I gotta do a Harlem Shake. Like people
It's
in
too-
our gym are wanting to do a Harlem Shake.
It's too late now. The bandwagon's over. You need to find something else.
It
We-
was-
Bring back
that-
the Thriller.
We had
Ever
some
do
kids in the
Thriller
kids
video.
class where some of the girls were wanting to do the Harlem
like,
Shake.
I watched the one video and I found myself like 15 videos later, man. I was like enjoying watching. I kept just watching.
Right.
Harlem Shake.
Everyone
Apparently,
does it.
I haven't seen the original one.
There's our original.
There's an original. I don't know what the
There's some
original
good ones
is,
out
and it's it's a certain dance or something. But I've just seen some funny shit. Like they're normal, and then next thing you know, they got all kinds of crazy outfits on. They're just like getting crazy,
There's some
and
good
just
ones.
doing
Where
crazy
there's
shit.
like they're like all working in an office, and there's just like one guy in the office just like starts shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, everybody's like going nuts, and they all have like costumes on.
That might be the one.
I've searched several of them like that. But I was all like, that's just something stupid that everybody's all about. And then as soon as I watched it, I was like,
They did it at George Gurgel's
oh, I
Academy. I saw that one on
gotta
there.
see that one. I'd like to see that. I haven't seen an MMA one yet. MMA
And
Harlem
they were
Shake.
just they just did it, and
Like
then next thing you know, they were dancing around with stupid costumes on, and apparently that's not like a real. I don't know. I don't know what the Harlem Shake is. It's dance. It's a kind of dance.
Gonna have to get a Scrap House Harlem Shake.
I was gonna do a camo one, but I don't. I want to make sure I see the original so I can do my own creation of it and not like copies off of copies.
It's too late, man. You can't do one anymore. It's over.
Oh, I just put in HA and it comes up Harlem Shake. And
There's too many out
Harlem
there.
Shake
already.
original. You can't even get the original because there's not an original. The best of Harlem Shake.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them.
Like we could do a blue wall Harlem Shake. And just like 1 second we're here, da da da. Next thing you know, we're on the table just in our underwear, shaking.
You know what we need to record?
What?
We need to record a bunch of intros, like where we're dressed up like different people and doing crazy, funny stuff. And then, then we need to post that. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, just little videos.
Yeah, just like a 30. It might even be a minute, just of different.
We're trying
Welcome
to.
to the Blue Wall Party. I mean,
There's
Right.
Shake videos in those offices and stuff. I always find one guy that there's
Doing
like
something
30
funny,
people
yeah.
dancing, and there's just one guy that's just going nuts doing something.
In the background,
Yeah,
like
and
off just, and you're
it's
like,
hilarious.
oh, look at that guy.
or
Yeah.
a girl doing something real mischievous.
Yeah. Ross Pearson beat Ryan Couture.
Did he?
Randy
How?
Couture's son, he TKO'd him.
Wow, yeah, really.
Second round knockout is what it says, but I seen it was listed as a TKO.
There wasn't a lot of people I knew on that card. I was like, who the hell are some of these guys?
Do you think that was kind of like putting it in Randy's face by Dana White and company by giving him Ross Pearson as his UFC debut?
No.
Ross Pearson's good.
Yeah,
Really good.
but no, I don't
It
think
depends
so.
on how
That's a tough first UFC
No,
fight.
yeah, but he was that.
You gotta say yes to that fight.
He was,
I mean,
yeah,
so-
and he was kicking ass to other guys. And Ross Pearson probably wasn't he coming off of a loss or two, maybe?
He dropped down to featherweight for a fight, and he did lose one. I think he went 1-1 as a featherweight, but he was on like a 3-0 run before that at 55.
Was he?
I don't know why he dropped down to featherweight. I heard Ross Pearson talking about it. He moved back up to lightweight. But
Pearson moved back up to lightweight.
yeah.
There it is.
A feat made even more impressive by the fact that Pearson injured his foot. It doesn't say how he injured his
What's
foot.
the Harlem Shake? Are people just doing this?
It's just
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be anything.
Okay, see, somebody was telling me
You could
that
just be
there
like-
was an actual something
There
that.
probably is an actual dance called the Harlem Shake, but I think it's the song that they use is why they call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets like faster and faster and faster. That's what it like starts out, and like one guy's just like twitching his shoulder.
Yeah, they're doing so one guy.
Oh,
See?
I think you do it whenever it hits.
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everybody goes nuts.
that's the one.
All right, there we go. Let me shut this back off. The Harlem Shake. That's the song. All right. So we
was
get
uh,
that song, and we just, or you can just do it, and then you put that song on later. You just jump around being
Yeah, that's
stupid
what you
and
do.
edit it
You
in
edit
later.
it together is how you
I can
the
do
cut.
that.
Yeah, of course, anyone can do it. That's
I've
why
got
there's-
Windows Movie Maker.
Listen, there's a million of them. Everyone can do it. Is why you know what I mean.
We can yeah, we're a couple idiots doing this right here.
It's true.
Well, no offense
We're
to
about-
you.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot. Speak for yourself. I'm
Okay,
a gentleman.
I am
and
not-
a scholar.
I am not an educated man, but I am a smart man. That's what we determined.
I
right?
was like changing my filter on YouTube where to like last hour, and look, I mean, there's like
Every day, there's
8
more.
million results in the last hour of people doing Harlem Shake videos.
Oh, we have almost 150 views of Blue Wall Podcast. 150.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because our goal is 1 million.
Yeah, at least one. What do you mean a million?
Does that mean you're viral? When you go 1 million, is that what viral is?
Viral, just
10 million?
Is 1 million views, right?
I mean, it's going up every day, like 500,000 or something.
But that means you'll be at 1 million super fast. I think viral is over 1 million.
You could be viral but not reach 1 million if it's how much every day? 5,000.
I don't know.
If he said 500,000, that
Oh,
would be 2
500,000.
days.
Pulling
Okay.
that out of nowhere, but I mean, it's just something that keeps getting passed on. Like, hey, did you hear about that? And then you
Yeah.
tell him like, hey, did you hear about that?
Dirtbag television. We need to get Blue Wall television.
Viral. Yeah. I thought I did
Definitely
it.
need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I need a tech guy.
We need
I
a tech
just
guy. Yeah,
had
we
the
need a computer
idea.
guy.
Viral means it's just like a. Oh, that's a virus. Okay, wait. Here it is.
Yeah, don't click on that. Virus.
Um,
Click here.
yeah, give me
Oh,
this virus.
I know what I wanted to talk about while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, the Danbury, you know what I mean, where I went to see The Evil Dead. We gave away a couple Danbury tickets. They were nice enough to do
Congratulations, Sandy
that.
Miller.
Sandy Miller. And
Or Sandy Euler.
Euler, yeah.
I see it
Miller
on
Euler,
Facebook.
yeah.
Miller Euler or something like that. Why did I
Yeah.
say it? But yeah, she won.
They got new projectors. They're all HD now.
Is that what Brian Wagner
Yeah.
posted on the Blue Wall
That's all the
podcast
old
page?
ones, man. They got some cool stuff up there.
Are they getting rid of it?
No, I think
Do they-
another theater is going to use them.
Like
Do
I could
they got
project
a
it onto the
3D
wall?
projector in one of them? Did they have they? I haven't been to Danbury in a while.
They have a what?
Did they have a 3D?
All you can. I think all HD. You can do a 3D movie on it. I'm pretty sure.
I've watched 3D movies there
Yeah,
at Danbury.
I mean,
know.
yeah, they have several of them.
I went.
I think they have too many, but is it? I mean, listen to this. This is like an amazing thing. We like movies so much. We created two whole separate ways to do it. Like, you have mechanical, the projector, which is basically fire behind a picture on a white surface, just like whenever people were dancing in front of the fire in a cave telling a story.
The next iPod's gonna be able to project stuff. Just
And now we have digital, which is like no moving parts. A camera is all moving parts, you know what I mean? Digital is no moving parts. It just shoots it, information.
Right, that's crazy,
And
isn't
we
it?
like movies so much, we developed two entirely different ways to watch a movie.
No.
And the old way is out. The HD is where it's at,
Well,
man.
yeah, but we
They
like
are
them so much, we advanced in technology
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make them better.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
they
Like,
keep. Getting
That's all
better.
that it is. It's
like,
not that
it
we
is
made.
so sharp you can see like wrinkles and sweat.
They're just
like-
Well, it's
getting
just
better.
Like, in Shark Week, the video cameras they use are
Oh,
insane.
What's that? That there's a DVD series. It was on TV, but it's called like Life or something,
Yeah, I've seen that.
and they have
But
it
they
in
have-
Blu-ray or
They did,
high
like, Earth or
definition.
something.
It is crazy. Where you got like sharks or killer whales jumping out of the water, like
They got like a $1 million camera that they use.
you see
for this.
every little drop of water that you know what I mean it like you're there, but that was in high definition. That was a crazy show. It was like some Discovery Channel shit or something. Life. Oprah was narrating it, right?
Yeah.
You guys didn't see it?
No.
I think I know.
I
Yeah,
know
I
what
think
you're
I did.
talking
She
see it.
narrated
It was
something,
like a 7-part series or
something like that. Yeah, but
I
they
think
then they had it on DVD.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I think
that
I know
was
exactly
funny.
what you're talking about.
Uh,
So they got all HD now. There's no film.
So that's what it's like. It's like watching your $1,500 55-inch high definition flat screen hanging on the wall
most expensive movie.
in a giant wall, like 2-story.
I spent like
Right.
$19 on just myself to watch Avatar 3D IMAX whatever.
Listen, you need to listen to the podcast when we have. I'm going to have everybody in from the theater to talk about what's going on. Am I too loud?
No, I turned you up a little bit.
All right.
I thought you.
So we're going to have everybody, like there's 3 or 4 of them that work there, come in, and you can ask them, why does it cost $6 for a popcorn? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can find out why. I'm sure there's an answer to that. There's got to be a reason, and I know they'll come on and
popcorn
tell
for
us.
sure. Popcorn doesn't cost shit.
It's very
I
cheap.
seen
Like
It's a cheap
no,
snack.
and pop out of the fucking pop machine. That doesn't cost shit.
Well,
it's
it's because-
sugar and like carbonated water.
because to enjoy a movie, like even at home, if you're gonna have a movie night, what do you gotta have? You gotta have like all that stuff.
I mean,
What do you
there.
mean? You're
Yeah,
at a
at
ball
home.
game. You want to have popcorn?
But
Yeah.
do you want to have that at home because you got it at the theater? And that's
No,
what you do
you
when
had
you're
it at
there.
home.
It's just part of the experience.
Yeah.
You gotta like have
It's,
all that
it's a
stuff.
nice snack food. That
And
you
I
can
do
eat
that
with
at
your
home
hands.
because that's what they serve at the theater. if they served just only peanuts at the theater, I would probably eat
This
fucking
is not a
peanuts
chicken and
when
egg
I
thing. There's been popcorn around since longer than there were theaters. So
right,
it's something
but
you do at home and take to the theater.
Well, it's just part of the experience of watching having a movie night.
That's true.
you know?
right. That's what because I experienced it at a movie theater. That's why I do it. I mean, and yeah, when I watch a movie at home, I eat popcorn just from that to make it as much like going to the theater as I could make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what yeah you do though, you get the popcorn. So you were saying the other way around because you do it at home, you're gonna do it when you go to the theater.
Well, no, I was just saying that.
Yeah, you
like,
do it at home, so you take it to the theater. I think that's how it works.
I wasn't making that connection. I was just like showing that there's
It fulfills the experience.
yeah,
of a good movie.
it's just the experience. Like, if you want to have like a movie night, you know, you just sit down and watch a movie, you know,
Need to
like
have
that's
something
all
to
right.
eat.
But like, yeah, you want to like
Popcorn's a perfect snack.
you have not only popcorn, like whatever edibles, you know.
But
like,
we've been serving popcorn
like
at
ice
like
cream and
baseball games, anything that where we're trying to watch entertainment. They serve popcorn in the
Right,
bar. You know
right.
what I mean?
nachos, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely not paying $10
So
for a
it's
thing
just-
of nachos.
It's like you're saying popcorn is part of a international concession.
Yeah. No, I don't know about international. I'm sure they eat popcorn in other
Did I say
countries.
international or national? National.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's all over the world. People eat popcorn.
Well, now you're saying it's all over the world.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but is it like?
I'd assume. Let's Google it.
not to stop this conversation, but I just read his comment that said Kitts and Palmer, and I'm assuming he's talking about Lance Palmer, and I really like that idea.
Yeah.
That's a good matchup. Wrestler versus jiu-jitsu guy.
I'm a jujitsu guy.
I think you are.
Am I?
I mean, I think you're well-rounded, but if you're gonna classify you, I think you'd say you're a jiu-jitsu guy.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not anything necessarily
well, yeah.
in particular, but
I mean, and with a fight like that, like, you know, people would probably like to see that one go to the ground and see, you know, who's going to come out on that. Is the wrestler going to be stronger than the jits guy, or is the jits guy's moves going to beat the wrestler?
right. And in MMA, wrestling is good, and like if you can control and ground and pound, but you can't get too aggressive.
Yeah, I
Then you'll
mean,
get caught up.
yeah, I've always said if there's one thing I could be like the best at, like if I could be an Olympic caliber wrestler or be a Brazilian caliber black belt jits guy, I'd rather be an Olympic caliber wrestler. Like, I just think that being that good of a wrestler would
Yeah, and
would be
it
the
works.
strongest suit. Like, better than a pro boxer, better than
Well, yeah, for sure, because you're gonna go
Well,
to the ground.
well, I mean, like I'm talking about in all like the highest ranking aspect
In
of
any
each,
of 'em?
each individual
How about
martial art.
kickboxing?
Mirko Krokop, did you see he won K1 again?
No, but it just depends on if you're wanting to stand up or go to the ground. How if you want to stand up, you better have a good wrestling defense.
I think
If you want to go to the ground, you better have a good like defense from striking, like slipping punches and rolling and getting on the inside to get your takedown.
I think if you made MMA fight with all the best guys in every single field, but made it where they didn't know anything, but you filled them in on a little bit of each of the other things, but just a little bit, I think the wrestler would come out on top.
That's what's been happening with the sport before. People have just been training MMA all their life.
Right, right.
I mean,
Wrestling is a good base,
personally myself, that's not my favorite aspect of it, but
but it's a good base
oh, it is. For sure.
because it's control. Wrestling is control, putting a guy on his back and controlling, and in a fight when you want to punch the shit out of somebody, putting them on their back and control them is the best way to do that.
It's the easiest way, anyway.
Right, right.
Listen to this. Popcorn, they think maybe 4,700 years BCE.
beet.
Wow.
Found in Peru.
I did not know that.
Then in Guatemala in 3600 BC they found some. In New
Was
Mexico,
popcorn was just something God put on earth,
down in Peru.
or was there was there a time was it
You know what?
did all vegetables like
Well, the Indians used to make
evolve?
popcorn,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
It came
that's where
On
I
the
thought it
cob.
came from.
South America.
what'd
Up,
they do? Throw it
traveled
in a
up.
fire
Yeah.
and they just pop.
Well, just
Get
put
it, it's popping out.
I'm
Catch
sure
it.
they had some type of
Yeah, pot or
pot
something.
or something.
They
to
put it in a
in.
pot they had a lid. Yeah,
A
probably
hot
a
rock,
clay.
even a hot rock, but yeah, a clay jug. Anything that superheats should be fine.
That's
Right.
originally where I thought it came from. At least I didn't.
But
not
that is
know it was
ridiculous.
I mean,
They've been popping corn forever. I guess, I mean, that's something naturally. You might eat a corn husk and throw it in the fire, and then all of a sudden you get hit with a. What the heck?
can you imagine
The first person.
the caveman that or whatever? How long did you say?
Oh, well, not quite caveman. 4,700 BCE.
Can you imagine how bad they freaked out when
Oh,
they,
it's probably
just
like, what the? And then somebody grabbed one. It's like, it tastes a little burnt, but you can eat it. So let's do some in a different way.
They probably flipped out.
And that's how popcorn was made. Check it, I swear.
That's good. I like that.
Discarded corn husks.
They do you think do you know Indian corn where it's different colors?
Yeah. I don't think that's edible though.
No, it's always hard, so
Yeah.
that means it's kind of a grain.
It's like
What
a
what
feed
is
corn.
But why is it
It's like
different?
a feed corn, I think.
Indian, like in
They-
the fall,
they
you see
grind it
Indian
up.
corn. It's like
Makes
is it
like
purple or
cornmeal.
blue
It's
and
got all different colors.
orange and
Is
it's
that
all
is edible for animals, but not us, or?
right. It's hard. It's
Well, I
the
think
it's
they grind
grain
it up.
corn,
They grind
not
it.
sweet corn like we eat.
Yeah.
Something for cows and stuff and
not
pigs
popping
and
corn. There's a certain type of corn you grow for popcorn too, I'm sure.
right. Yeah, it grows on a cob and
Yeah.
well, you've seen popcorn seeds. That's what it is. I mean, little hard. But does that hard corn does it pop?
I bet all of
I
them
don't-
do at it.
You know, I've never thought about trying that. It's a kernel like popcorn.
I like that the flavored popcorn that you get in those tubs of like caramel, and then there's cheese.
Oh yeah.
That stuff's
Usually,
good. I can go through
some
a whole
school
tub.
somewhere is trying to sell you one for $37.
No, dude. Here's what you
Popcorn
do.
in a tin.
Here's what you do.
I'll
Like
give you
if
15.
if you're like, popcorn's a good snack when you're watching your weight.
Yeah,
It's
it
got
is.
a lot of good fiber in it, and it's good. You can
If
munch
you-
on it for a while
if
with
you eat
low-
it without butter.
No, listen. Here's what you do. You put you get the non-butter whatever popcorn, plain ass popcorn. You can pop it in a pan or get the kind in a microwave that doesn't have butter, plain.
Yeah.
But they have this seasoning stuff, this salt stuff, like a seasoned butter or a seasoned garlic,
I've seen
something
'em.
or whatever.
That's the, like the Mrs.
And
Dash
it's
and all that
like
other stuff.
it's like low. It's not very much in cost, like a couple dollars maybe. Low in calories, like maybe 10 calories for a serving. If it may even have no calories. I can't remember, but super low calories. But you add all that flavor, that good butter or a cheese flavor, garlic. I think they have a few flavors, and it's good, low calories, and you get a good snack because popcorn's good.
It's light too.
Well,
Yeah.
it fills you up because it's full of air.
Yeah, and then you just crap it all out the next morning. But yeah, those flavor that way you get that butter and all that with the no calories. Like if you've got the butter flavored popcorn, air popping's probably the best way to do it.
I thought.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I
air
thought.
pop. Yeah.
I thought eating the
Get
plain
you one of
popcorn
those
was fine.
Jiffy
but
Pops, or not the the Jiffy
That
Pop.
blows it out the thing.
Yeah. Man, those are awesome. In the 80s, those were, if you had one of those, it was good times at your
Oh,
house.
I had one in the late 90s, in like 1998 or 1998, I think. And these girls skipped school and went to my house.
Yeah.
And they used my air popper when I was at
While
work.
you wasn't there?
Yeah. And you only put like up to a little bit on this line. Well, they must have put a shit
it
ton
up.
in it. I come to my house and there's like 5 big ass bowls of popcorn sitting out here on the
Then
counter, like the
They
big,
went
like.
to the restroom or something and like left it.
Well, no, it went from like and then it was everywhere. They went. I don't know what they did, but it went from like a big bowls to the next biggest bowl to the next big. Like they're going down smaller because I was running out of bowls and they just piled that
what's
shit
that
up.
old '80s movie where like the whole house gets full? of
Oh,
popcorn?
Weird Science.
No,
Or,
no.
or
It's the one with the satellite where they shoot from space. They're at school, and it's got
And the guy
Val
off of Ferris
Kilmer.
Bueller's Principal, the principal off
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller was in it, right?
The only thing
It's
I
got Val
remember is
Kilmer in
that
it.
the house like exploding because there's
What was that show?
Find it. Find it. I know something class or something. I know it's got Val Kilmer in it too, and it's got the guy that hides in the closet. Does any of this sound familiar?
I saw the movie. What?
I can't remember anything
And
about it. besides
they
the popcorn.
changed
They
the
were-
coordinates on a weapons launch from a satellite, a laser from a satellite, and they shoot the house instead, and it has all the popcorn in it.
I don't know. I thought they were like pissed at somebody, and they were like, "We're gonna just do
No,
this,
no.
pop this."
I remember this movie.
Real genius.
Real genius. That is it.
That is it.
You know,
That was I
it's got
remember
Val
that movie.
Kilmer in it, doesn't it?
How old is that movie?
Yeah, it's Val
Oh,
Kilmer.
84,
It
87.
was 88, I think.
Yeah, it might be.
Let me go back here.
I was 4 years old.
I was 8. I probably enjoyed it somewhere around 91, 92.
85. 85.
I was. I said 84.
I was in
86.
first grade.
I was 5 years old, so I was doing whatever a 5-year-old does. Probably not much. I was probably crying somewhere.
No, 85. I might have been in kindergarten. 84 to 85 in kindergarten, I think, is what I was.
My,
and then
my
85,
parents hadn't
86.
even moved to Ohio yet. I'm from California.
Oh,
The
we're at
California-
California.
San Diego.
How old were you when you moved?
San Diego.
5 years old.
Were your parents in the military?
Yeah.
My buddy's in the Navy. Were they in the Navy?
Yep.
My buddy's in the Navy out there right now.
That's
San Diego.
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy. Stationed out there, moved out
He's
there.
upset because he can't watch the games, none of the games, because they don't get it on any of the channels that they
Oh.
have at the base. So he's pissed off.
Right across from the San Diego Zoo, I was born. There's a hospital right across the street.
Well, they had
They
the.
named part of it after me.
Yeah.
It was such an awesome day. I don't know if that's what they do with everyone. That's just what they did with me.
Michigan just beat Syracuse.
So they're going to the final game.
Yeah, they are.
Yay for Michigan.
I
Yeah.
had not watched a basketball game for about 5 years, and I watched the game on Easter when I was at my grandparents', the Louisville game. Had to pick that game to watch.
Oh yeah. Who
And
did they play?
I don't even care. I just seen that guy's leg snap, and
Oh, that was the
that-
game that it's.
oh man,
They beat Wichita State tonight.
did they? Okay.
So it's Michigan and Louisville in the.
What
in the
game was
final.
that where the guy got his leg snapped?
The
Louisville game.
and,
My buddy was at the theaters,
Duke,
and
they were-
afterwards he said, "I haven't seen that much tendon and bone breaking since the Louisville game." Oh, and it was so gory. That Evil Dead is so gory. It was funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
hilarious.
a horrible break. It was not something that is pleasant to see, especially at a young kid. You just know, like,
Well, I hope
that
you're.
his career's
I hope he
probably
pays
not-
attention because he's going to be counting on that degree a lot more.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean,
He could sell cars if he's
They
a
were
good,
talking
big enough
about-
name.
the coach was talking
Right.
about like, oh, he'll be back like next year or whatever. Like, not that was a career-ending injury, the basketball-wise. I mean, like, you got to make cuts and all that stuff, and it was horrible.
Well, he's gonna be out for a
but
while.
he's never going to be able to get back to that level. I wouldn't think. You know, like
I
there's
don't
just
know.
so much pressure you got to put on your legs.
Sometimes surgeries they say you come back and that you're
Strengthens
stronger.
The area, especially with the bone break. I bet it'd probably be like 2 or 3 years, but he
You think
might-
it'd be that long?
2 years?
I thought it would be like a year. I thought that was what they were
I'm
saying.
thinking, I don't know. Is he ever going to be 100% though?
Well, I don't know, but I thought they were saying it wasn't even quite a year. It seems like 8 to 10 months or something.
His was out of the skin, but about a year ago, we had a kid in our gym just wrestling with somebody in our MMA cage. Was just wrestling with a wrestler or whatever, skinny guy, and they just moved.
Well,
A
let me
wrong
tell
way.
you, you don't wrestle a wrestler.
Well, yeah, they were just wrestling around, and
Yeah, that's always.
I
a
was
bad
on the other
choice.
side of the gym, and I mean, you could hear it just pop, and the bottom of his bone broke, and the top of his leg down there.
What, the tibia,
The
fibia,
yeah, the bottom
oh,
and
the
the top.
patella.
The bottom and the top both split, and
Okay.
I mean, it was horrible, and I would have been crying. That kid sat there and was growling. He wasn't crying. He was just like
Wow.
making grunt noises.
God, it
I'd
was
have
just,
been.
it would hurt.
Yeah, they were just holding it together,
You
and
can die from bone breaks like that.
yeah, I mean, and they took him to the hospital, and they didn't even know what to do because they'd never seen a break like that. They said that like that break was so rare that like that hospital hadn't seen it themselves, so they weren't sure what to do. So they had to run two. They had a surgery where they ran tubes of ice and a tube to like suck out the blood in his leg,
Yeah.
and then they had another. He had to have several surgeries on his leg just until they like figured out what to do about his leg.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the worst things
That's
I've
a
ever
hairy
seen.
situation.
Yeah.
It looks like he got bit by zombies on his leg where they like had the surgeries.
Well, the thing is, like, I had my first surgery last October. I had a hernia, an inguinal hernia is what it was
Inguinal,
called,
yeah.
and they told me like 6 weeks I could be back to off of light duty and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, well, 6 weeks came. I was still like I never felt 100%, but that was in October. This is now April,
Yeah.
right? Like not so long ago, I never felt 100%, but not so long ago, I started having real bad pains down there, and like, I was already wanting to have had a couple fights by now.
Yeah,
Since my surgery, I had a fight in August.
Yeah.
I won. I was ready to, I wanted to get the surgery out of the way,
that was an
and
impressive
then
fight, by the way. That was a good fight.
thank you.
I've
And
seen better.
I want to get that out, get the surgery out of the way and get back, 6 to 8 weeks and back to a little bit of light training. And I figured a couple months, I would, 2 or 3 months, I'd be good to go. Well, no, this is now I don't know how many months, over 6 months, I guarantee it, later. And now I'm having so bad of pain, I can't train.
Yeah.
Is that what was going on? I hadn't asked you, but I knew that something was going on.
Yeah, I feel like somebody is just like I'm getting stabbed and down in that area. Not a hernia pain that I was having, but like sharp, super
Something ain't right.
like nerve pain or something. Maybe
Yeah.
is what they're saying. They told me
Nerve
I
pain.
don't have anything to like. I was worried. I mean, it hurt so bad. I was wondering if I'm gonna bleed out on the inside or something. Like,
Yeah, it's
is
scary
this? It's
stuff.
am I tearing my guts apart and I'm bleeding out or?
Are you sure you don't have to poop?
Yeah, no, it's
Really
not that kind
bad?
of pain. It's
Yeah.
a sharp stabbing. Like I mean, buckles me over.
Something with your intestine, or what do you?
Well, I
Where
don't
is it
know.
at?
Well, it's the pain I felt after my surgery.
Oh, okay.
The
You think
worst
they
part
left
of the,
something in there?
I think
Left a
Where-
scalpel in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where'd you go get it done at? If it was Burger
Adena.
Hospital.
No, at Adena, and I think
I've heard bad things. About
they
that
went.
hospital, too.
They told me there was a nerve that they would probably remove if they got if it was close,
Yeah.
because if they ran a needle through it or something, it would be really painful. Well, I've never had surgery before. After my surgery, I was really sore in this area, and it felt like I was stitched in. It would be ripping apart, feeling like that's what I thought the feeling was. Well, this is almost 8 months later. I'm feeling that feeling again. So I'm thinking they might have not, and then I found out he didn't cut the nerve.
Yeah.
So they might have ran through that nerve or something, and now I'm getting pain from that. I
Or
don't
worked
know.
its way over to the nerve
Or something, yeah.
It
I might have
hurts worse
something.
now than it did before, or does it been constant?
It feels like it feels like I just had my surgery again. Like a couple weeks ago, it was like I just had surgery a week ago or something, and I still like that feeling I had. Now it's not as bad, but it's still it's that mesh is doing something. They put a mesh in there, and it's hitting something, some kind of nerves or something, and it's not feeling good.
You got to get that checked out, man.
Yeah, well, I am. Okay, so here's what happens. I got a CAT scan, and they came back and they're like, "Oh, the CAT scan's fine. The mesh is in place. Everything looks good. There's no infection, whatever." And the only thing was like 10 centimeters of your intestine was thickened. I was like, "Oh yeah,
Swollen.
something, yeah, swollen, thickened, something. It could be a bowel movement, or it could be something. I don't know." Well, so they're going to do a colonoscopy to find out. Now,
Ouch.
this feeling I'm getting is not inside my. It's not have anything to do with that. But I guess now that I think about it, if it is swollen or like that all the time, it could be pushing something out that pushes that mesh into that nerve or whatever the hell's going. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'll have a look.
Just grew stronger around it too, though. So it might not be nothing at all.
I don't know, but no. If it, I don't care if it's not anything. I'm having pain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have. So they said they might be able to do some like injections or something. I don't know if it
Deaden
kills
the
nerves
nerve,
or whatever.
deaden
Yeah.
the nerve, something
Gonna do.
like that.
Yeah.
What if I started using a puppet to do all my co-hosting?
I was watching you on here. I was watching. I looked
What if I
over
just
and I
started
forgot about the delay.
talking with a creepy puppet.
I forgot about the delay, and I looked over and he was just sitting like this, but on here he was like doing that. I was like, what the?
It doesn't have to be Alf.
It's
It
like
could
a
be
5
anything.
second
I
Can
could
you make the
one.
Alf voice?
No, I can't. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the show. I'm a Melmacian. I like to eat cats.
It's not bad.
It's been so long since I've seen
Yeah,
the show.
I haven't even
though.
heard it, but
I
it,
used to love it.
you're close. I think he's in like a.
I know of it.
Oh, I
and
gotta hide
Hey.
from the neighbors.
Hey guys.
I
I
slightly
don't know.
remember it, but I don't remember anything about it besides the puppet.
He had a fucking Corvette or something he drove around, right? Was it a little like miniature Corvette?
I don't know.
Little
Alf?
red car,
Maybe,
yes.
I don't know.
He had like a little car he drove.
Live in the basement or something.
Yeah, I kept his spaceship in the garage.
Dude, I remember
the
when
garage.
new episodes were coming on Alf on TV.
I watched him.
When he had like 3, 6, and 10,
Yeah.
or
The
3,
worst. It's the
8,
worst.
and 10, or 4, 8, and 10. No, it was 3.
How different is the world from 20 years ago?
Oh yeah, now you don't even have antenna anymore. It's digital.
Yeah.
You pick it up digitally through the air
phone.
somehow in the
Through
air.
the phone line. Oh yeah, wireless.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
I
pull
mean,
it in.
yeah, it is crazy.
But anyway,
Craziness.
I think I might make a puppet. See if I can
Born
work
to
on
rut.
a funny voice. I don't know. I'd have to make my own creative funny voice. I'll be an insult puppet, if sure.
We'll just have the
You suck.
We'll have
I hate you.
when you want to be the prick, you bring
Who
out
are
the
you?
puppet.
You suck too. I hate you too.
Right. All right. So we are gonna go. If you guys want to
What
go
time
see
is
some
it?
good fight, yeah, I guess we
We're
need
a little bit
to.
over.
Yeah, it's all right. But see when it happens. Did I do that?
No, I did that. I think. Well,
Oh.
maybe you did it.
I thought I pulled the.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it that bad.
Messed it
Maybe
up.
I
Way to
did. I don't
go.
know. If you want to go see some fights, you go to Frederickstown on April 20th and watch Tim Isaac take on Justin Paul in his. What fight is this for you? How many?
This will be my 7th fight.
His
Tim, are you
7th
selling
fight.
tickets to earn money or what?
Yeah, I do have tickets available. You can contact me on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Tim Isaac.
Yeah, Tim Isaac. Just message it
Yeah.
or something. Can they message if they're not your friend?
Yeah,
They
I
can.
think so. I
You
think
can
I have
probably message but not comment if you're not a friend. I think.
If not, go to the scrap. No, the scrap house is. It's not really a page. It's like.
We
It's-
have a website and we have a page. There is a website.
So they could be like, I need to get a hold of Tim Isaac for tickets.
They could
Scrap House MMA.
also, if you want to train and you're in the Columbus area, it's a great training facility. We have a lot of good people there. It's no pressure there. You can come learn some stuff, have some fun. Nobody's gonna yell at you. You're not gonna get hurt or beat up if you're not.
They're not gonna
Looking for
take
that.
me 2 rounds with the most experienced guy just to see where I'm at.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of basic learning there if you're looking to get into it and you're just interested in learning a few things. There's a lot of basics.
Right.
And then Kama MMA here in Chillicothe.
Yeah. Chillicothe Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. But basics is what wins fights.
Yes.
Like it's not, there's more fights won submission wise by like rear naked chokes, arm bars, triangles,
I do a
simple
lot-
stuff, not ucha mucha gocha plata.
I do all this fancy stuff every now and then on the bags or whatever, and I've never once done any of that in my fights.
Right. But then I mean, you have guys that go out there and
Try
don't do
stuff,
that
yeah.
stuff on the bags or in training, and they do it, and then that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to go out and do something that you don't normally do.
Yeah.
The key is to go out and be yourself and do what you do every day with your other training partners, and do that. If it doesn't, if don't do no crazy.
I've got the flashy moves, and I'm good at a few things I won't really want to talk about where people know about them. Until they happen.
Right.
Talk about them all you want.
Yeah.
So you got a few tricks in the.
I got a few tricks.
I may or may not have been working on a special move that I invented.
Is that something that you're
But-
just gonna whip out, or are you gonna feel like,
Well,
oh my God, this is my
it's
last resort. I'm gonna use this.
It's something that happens in training, but that's when I'm feeling comfortable. You know what I mean?
You feel uncomfortable,
no,
or when you
I
feel
comfortable.
you feel comfortable.
And in a fight, you're never. If you feel comfortable, something's wrong. I don't feel comfortable. There's somebody. If he's still standing, then I'm.
But you need
not
you need
comfortable.
to be, yeah.
you need to be relaxed
worried
though,
about him.
too. Though you don't
Yeah.
want to be like, you can be uncomfortable, but you don't want to be too tensely
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like
That's a big mistake in the amateur world is the tenseness. It's not just amateurs too. I see guys in the UFC. You can tell like this guy is like getting so tired, and it's just because he's fighting himself.
right,
Yeah.
and it sucks. It sucks to see people in the UFC not doing basics when you're like, and I know like fatigue makes a coward of anybody, but when they're in there and they're not that, they're not that tired yet, and they're not doing just the regular basic shit they need to be doing, like if they're on the ground, like, I need to be doing this or that, just basic moves that they need to be doing that they're not doing.
There's some guys that will be like Roy McDonald. He looks tense to me in all of his fights, and he doesn't get tired at all. And he does the base. But he looks so tense the entire time. Like he looks like he's just like.
Right.
I mean, just squeezing all of his muscles together and throwing all the power. But
Maybe he's just that ripped, and it just looks like he's being all tense and powerful. He could be relaxed, but he's just a beast.
I heard that they're preparing at that gym in case they
McDonald and GSP.
they don't train. They train at opposite sides of the gym, and they don't go together anymore. So they're getting.
So
ready
they
in
already
case
know it's a
they're-
possibility.
Yeah, in case that happens.
I
ready
thought
for
about
it.
that too, and I didn't know if Rory would like.
I think he would beat GSP.
I didn't know if he would just remain in the like until GSP was done or gotten beat before he got his shot, or would he fight him? And
But he's
apparently,
real young too, so I mean, he's gonna be around.
I
a while.
don't think he'll beat GSP. Huh?
He's probably just going to give it to him. Like, put it up, have a couple intern champs, and then have them fight it out. Like, he'll retire.
Or GSP, and just
give it to him.
let somebody fight it out. Yeah.
He'll probably have the reins as the top contender for a while and never fight him, make 2 or 3 fights, and then he'll just give it to him.
Right. Maybe.
Do they?
That's
they don't
what I
have
was
to
thinking.
Fight who they tell them to, right? They can say, "No, I don't want to fight him."
Probably. But if one of them says and the other's under contract, can you I don't know. They do train at the same gym, and that's hard. That's you're both training for the same thing and whatnot, but
It's different when it's the golden boy of the UFC too. It's GSP, he's their moneymaker, so they don't want to do any. They want to keep him in business, so they probably will try to avoid that.
to avoid McDonald and him fighting because you think McDonald would beat him. Is that what you?
No, it's just it's not something he wants. He doesn't want that. And I mean, yeah. Like I heard that GSP's only looking to have a few more fights. That's what I was reading.
Well, Anderson Silva as well.
I heard that.
And I don't think they're ever gonna fight. They're not gonna fight.
That was dumb for GSP to fight him, I think.
Well, yeah,
if I
I
was
mean-
in GSP's shoes, I would feel like I'm the welterweight king, and I'll beat anybody in the world of welterweight. That's all I want.
Why do you got to move up 15 pounds? It's not even a 10-pound jump. Like, look, you go 15 after 155, or Yeah, 155. It's 170, 185. They're both two 15-pound jumps, and then a 20-pound jump.
Anderson Silva's just like this spider crawling around, looking like I'm gonna. He already knows he can beat everybody.
I mean, he
think.
fought in
Like
Pride.
I think it's. In my opinion, it's obvious that he would beat GSP. I think he would handle
And,
GSP.
yeah, of course he would. Yeah, I think he would too. And in Pride, he fought at 160.
Yeah.
Do you would he? GSP is a good game planner. Like he's
But
good.
I
like,
think Anderson's just walking around like.
but
saying,
Anderson
like,
Silva is
this
just crazy.
This is the end of the road. I'm gonna take everybody.
Here's the thing: is
He can be beat, though. I mean, it's been proven that he can be beat if
Yeah.
people were smarter. Like,
here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna there. It always happens. Is somebody that doesn't stand a chance that you think that we just couldn't beat him, beats him. Like, oh my god.
GSP, I think Johnny Hendricks, if he can pop him
Yeah.
one time and put him to sleep,
But
that's
here's
the only
also
way that
ano-
GSP can be beat.
Here's another thing:
Or
is
are we talking about Anderson Silva?
both of them. But here's another. We're talking about championships, basically. Whenever you're a champion, they've both won several in a row, and just as a normal fighter, like that's a lot of times you have to be just right on that night. You could be off and still beat some of these guys, I guess, but you're at you're fighting the toughest guys at that level, and it's hard. It's hard just normally as a fighter to be on that day, that time, that night.
The best
Your
you can
best.
be.
It's hard. Like, it's hard to time that. You could get sick. I've been sick the week right of my fight. You could get injured. It's hard to be on and mentally ready and
Well, you
focused.
never
and,
fight 100%, right?
No, I don't know hardly any fighters that do. It's rare that happens.
Yeah.
You always have something.
You're not training right if you're 100%.
And if it's not an injury, it's your cardio wasn't there or something. It's hard to get everything together right there and be on point on that day that you've been trying not to think about every day for the last 1 to 2 months that you do, but you're trying not to.
Yeah.
And on that, it's hard. It's hard to keep. You don't want that on your mind because you want to be focused on what that task is, but you don't want it on your mind as well. If it would be awesome if you could just wake up and your cardio is at 100% and they're like, oh, you got to fight GSP today. Oh, okay, I got to fight GSP. Oh, shit. And then I'm fighting GSP. Before I know it, boom, 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 we're fighting. Like, I would, everybody would stand a better chance at that kind of situation if your cardio was at the max, 100%, than if you had 2 or 3 months or 6 months to think about, like, oh, shit, I got to fight GSP. Or I got to fight. I would say more Anderson Silva
stay in
than
shape all the time is what you're saying.
I would be more scared of Anderson Silva because he's gonna finish me. but you know what I mean? Like, when you know that you have to fight that far ahead and like on that day, it happens. Like, compare that to like a bar fight or a street fight or something. When somebody gets in a fight on the street, it happens. Somebody offended you so bad that you're fighting, or they physically harmed you. You're fighting like that. You didn't think about, like, on that day, tonight, I'm gonna do this, but he might kick my ass, or he might do. No, you don't think about it. It happens, boom, and you probably kick the shit out of this guy,
or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's surprises out there.
Right, but it happened. I mean, it's easier to fight like that, and that's what a lot of people off the street don't realize. Yeah, you kicked a lot of dudes' asses in the bar, but think about it for 2 months, and then you fight this guy that trained to kick your ass.
I just want to tell you that you said we were supposed to end this like 15 minutes ago, and then we went off on another tangent, didn't we?
It's cool. It's all right. We don't have a time, right? As long as we're over by a little bit, but we could end it. Yeah.
I got to leave at 12.
Oh, all right. We got this. All right. Tim Isaac, 420, Frederickstown, EAC, Extreme Adrenaline Championship? Challenge? Extreme Adrenaline Challenge. All right. And Blue Wall Podcast with Jeremy Kitts and Deke Deacon.
Like it and share it.
Yeah. We are on Twitter at Blue Wall Podcast. Like the page, www.facebook.com/Blue Wall Podcast. And that's it. This is episode number 9 and out. We're going to end it. We got to do it now. We're going to be on for a second, but we're over. We're not going to talk to you guys anymore.
We got to work on these endings and beginnings, huh?
Yes.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
Are you off?
Yeah, I just shut my mic off.
I was gonna say, are you off air though? Or
We're on air video, but we'll